the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 963. Tuesdays, we've been talking professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron in the social Sorgatron. This is the second time I did that. Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ready to hang with you guys tonight. We got with us, first of all, from the Mad Cave, Penta Mike.
Yo soy el loco de Miguel, el WMS.
Wow. You've been practicing that all day, haven't you?
Actually, that was the first time I did it fully.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. Also, from the...
Thank you. I'm not keeping this on the whole show. I just had to... I got it in the mail, and I'm like, it scared my child. So I'm like, I need somewhere else to wear it, and this is a perfect.
Well, it's got a piece to it. You there's a mouthpiece to it that you,
yeah.
you can't,
there's a mouthpiece that
it muffled you too much. Yeah, no, that could be scary.
Velcro's on.
If Velcro's on, it's very teethy. So I understand that scaring a small child.
Well, I didn't have the mouth part on. I knew that would be scary.
You're just like, you're not daddy.
This is terrifying.
Who is this
like,
stranger? So, well, there you go. That's good. That's good. Thank you, Mike. Also from the Rizz Cave, the Rizz.
Hi, it's me.
Hey, it's Rizz.
That's all I got. Hi.
The Alexa Bliss of the podcast.
I still don't get what that means.
Oh, you'll find out Friday. Let's start with you have a doll.
What's Friday?
You have a doll. Friday SmackDown.
Oh.
You have a doll like Alexa Bliss does, and then there's other reasons. I can't wait for you to watch this match.
Wait, are you talking about my wrestle buddy?
Yeah, your wrestle buddy.
Yeah, he's in timeout.
He's in timeout still? Yeah, we don't even see it with your Zoom fuzz. But also with us, an old friend of the show and before the show, the Neon Ninja Facade is with us. How you doing?
Yo soy Facade, el Neon Ninja.
Shit.
There we go.
Now you guys are on the same page. Great. We got two lucha crazies on the show now.
Had to beat the hell out of me numerous times.
That's true.
I consider myself lucha adjacent.
Do you have any good Penta stories while we're on this line? Other than him being the shit out of you multiple times that you're allowed to tell us.
Oh, well, I mean, like, there was just one time it was funny that he went to give me the Penta driver and he picked me up and went upside down and he dropped me. Then he laughed and then he sat down.
Wait. So he dropped you and didn't go with you?
Yeah.
Were the driver?
And then he sat down afterwards. I was like, shit, dude, that hurt.
I think Katie was just did you do a Lucha Brothers match at like the last remix show?
I did. Me and Flippin' Ain't Easy
That's
reunited.
right, with Gory. Yeah.
Precious Paul.
She was reminiscing on that because we saw Penta last night at the Pittsburgh show, and I think she said something about, and every once in a while was like, oh hey, we did this with this person like while we're watching shows or something. Missy does the same thing when we watch TV, and she's like, what was that show that I was at? And this, and they were there, and then I'm like, remix? I was like, sure, we're in Ohio, but you weren't there. I'm like, that's impossible.
Blasphemy.
That's impossible. It's like, oh right, they went and did that. I had like another show here or something at the time, right?
Yeah, New
So
Japan
I don't know, something. Well, it was New Japan. Missy would have been there.
Okay,
but I had something going on. I had to work or something, right? So, but yeah, I thought that was funny. And she like sent me the clips. This is the thing, and it was like them doing. That was the Lucha Brothers finisher, and you were probably the victim.
Yeah,
So,
double stomp, fly out. Woo!
Yeah. The stomp drop like thing, right? So, but anyways, so
They always pop for my shoes though. Anytime I have like some kind of cool shoes, like, oh, amigo, ese fuego. I'm like, yeah, buddy, cool. I got cool shoes.
they always seem cool. I think
They're super cool. Yeah.
the only time I got to meet them briefly was the first Wrestle Rex, I think.
Uh-huh.
I think I just reposted that match maybe. But yeah, like they always seem like I always hear great stories about them. I hear about some ribs that they've done that I probably can't talk about on air. So
Yeah.
But yeah. So either way, so it was really cool. So
I actually did interview Penta.
you did interview Penta. Too bad you didn't have the match then.
Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con. This was like during the Lucha Underground days, and it wasn't for this show. Ironically, it was just for Comic-Con. And he was in full gimmick too, and he spoke through an interpreter, so it was wildly interesting. But he was a very nice guy.
We did there was sorry, that's for in a few moments. We did an interview when we went to like their first King of Trios at ECW Arena. I think it was the first time I ever went to ECW Arena. This is like probably 07, right? And I forget who it was. It was some Japanese guy they had in, and we did the interpreter thing. It was really, really interesting.
Yeah.
So, but and very, also, I was not a great interviewer at the time, obviously. So, but anyway,
Probably one of the some Dragon Gate guys.
it might have been
Yeah.
actually. I think I can look up the name here in a little bit, but when I have a moment. But in the meantime, I pulled up the picture, so I'll bring it up again. I still have the bottle in my car, actually. So Bron Breakker did a signing. I haven't done. I realized I was trying to figure out the last time I did like a fan signing like this for wrestling, and I think it was when Kurt Angle's book came out. That's at Dave and Buster's. Were you around for that one?
No.
So
I seen Kurt Angle. Well, not that, but I saw. Do you remember there was a tanning salon in Century 3 Mall that had Kurt Angle, and they would have people coming in. Tannique Boutique was the name, actually. They would have signings at Century 3 Mall.
Really?
Every so often, yeah. Shane Douglas. Anytime some ECW people came around, they got some overflow of those. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this was Dave and Buster's when we did this. And but so this was a technically it was a bottle signing. So this is here's how this works. So usually it's just like you go get something signed or whatever. Maybe they have 8x10s. This was like he set up there and he's signing the bottles, and go to the picture here. And you had to go into the store, buy a bottle of it. It was set up right at the front of the store with the display. So I grabbed one. Of course, I grabbed the big one because I do like vodka. And
Oh, so it was Wheatley?
it was Wheatley. It was Wheatley
Yeah.
vodka.
Drink your Wheatley very neatly.
There you go. So it was just like he signs it, shake his hand, they take a picture with you, and I'm just like, I filmed your dad. Like, and that was it. He was like, oh, cool, and I'm just like, okay, yeah. So, but
He's
no,
a good dude, though.
what's that?
Thank you, sir. He's a good dude, though.
Yeah, no,
Right.
he seemed really cool with everybody and everything. So he's not nearly as scary as his uncle. But yeah, no, it was cool. I mean, it was a cool, quick experience and everything. They got people through there pretty quick. And now I have vodka with his name on it.
No smelling salt. No smelling salts.
No, the guy wimped out. Okay, I was telling them on the text. There's a guy behind me. And well, first of all, the guy in front of me knows intern John. We found out. He's just like, independent wrestling stuff. I'm like, well, actually, I do. I'm like, yeah, I kind of filmed some stuff. He's like, 880. Well, actually, I'm the guy that runs the video. And it turns out it was like somebody knew intern John from school. So so small.
I mean, I got since you bring up intern John.
There you
I have to
go.
bring it
There you
back.
go.
This-
Eagle
this-
time.
This still bugs me right over there. That little nipple.
There you go. We need to Photoshop. We need to take me out of this picture and put Buff Eagle with Bron Breakker. So whoever wants to do these Photoshop skills and make this happen. Also, I still have no idea what to do with my hands. If you can't tell, why did I point and peace sign sideways?
That really doesn't even look like you.
I
Actually.
think
No, it doesn't.
No, Sorg, just say it's V for vodka.
I think
yeah, I like that. I think I was I think I'm trying to get him to scissor at some point, and
You
I'm
want a
not
scissor with
smiling
Bron Breakker?
clearly-
because in my eyes I'm trying to.
You guys are playing rock paper scissors and you lost.
And
Oh,
you
I
lost.
lost. That's a good story though. Actually,
So-
all right,
But
everybody.
Sorg, you know what that means. You just
Everybody.
put him over.
All right, so we're gonna
good.
just put him
You-
over. Listen. Let's be honest. I saw what he did to that Twitch guy. I know how this is gonna go.
Yep.
Like I'm going to lose.
Sorg, I don't know if you noticed,
Hmm.
all of the wrestling, like all the fan wrestling pictures, are of one of two poses. It's this
Fist.
or
Okay.
it's this.
Okay. There's
Like,
also
there's
a point.
no-
Like
there's
he gave me a
point.
fist.
Well, no. There's an in between. If you're getting a photo of Triple H, it's the
It's
point.
the point. Yeah, it's the point.
Okay.
But only a few select people get a picture with Triple H.
That's true.
That's true.
So you have it's the fan photo of just like look how strong I am.
By the way,
when the
by
guy
way,
next to you is
I have a picture
lot
of me
strong.
and EC3 doing the exact fist photo.
People need to start putting their hand up in pictures now. Like, oh no, you got Rock, you got paper, I got paper.
So I didn't realize how many pictures they took of this thing. This is just generally like in the store, but like my whole interaction is apparently documented because you hand your phone off to somebody.
They're just clicking away.
Yeah, they're just clicking away.
Hey, you know
Did
what?
they
That's
take
very
motion
good though.
photos?
Oh, see, Sorg, you did the pose. You did the pose at the end, at the beginning there.
It also
Yeah,
looks like
there's
there's
no-
a
there's
I
a
put my
fist, you
hand up
fisted.
and I'm like, oh God, what do I do
There's
with
a
my
fist.
hand?
Yeah,
Oh
there it
no.
is.
And that's why I'm not like smiling or anything because I'm in deep thought of what am I doing with my
Every
hand?
professional
Oh my
wrestler
God,
doesn't
this
take
looks
your
stupid. This looks
That
so
doesn't
stupid.
even look like you. It's so.
What do you mean
like,
it doesn't look
the
like me?
lighting? The lighting they have
It-
there makes it look not like you, or I'm like stroking out. Or something. I don't know. It doesn't look like you.
Like,
It's
you
that
look like his
sweet-
brother.
It's
like
that sweet
yellow, like
liquor store fluorescent lighting, man.
It's not the Sorg I know.
That's true.
Like you look like
That's,
Joe
that's
Breaker.
true. That's the lighting of bad decisions at 3 a.m.
Yeah, yes, there it is. It's kind of the thing.
That's probably what's going to happen with that vodka.
It's probably going to be, yeah.
Sweetly, so good.
how'd
I'll
you get
drink it
accidentally drunk?
sweetly.
Let's go back to that. How'd you
So,
get, you get
okay.
accidentally drunk.
So I
just
got
start,
tickets to
playing
Raw.
around?
I got tickets to Raw, which we found out we're like, why is Raw starting at 5:30? And we're like, oh, we're also getting SmackDown, right? So they started. So Raw started. If you were watching on Netflix, it started at 6 p.m. Eastern time
Was your main event
live. We got a speed match
Sick.
with Thea Hale,
Sick.
Pittsburgh's own Thea
Thea
Hale.
was in Speed.
You love
That's
to see
dope.
it.
Yes,
Love
spoiler
to see
alert.
it, love to see it.
And
Good for her.
Alba Fire was her opponent. So that was kind of exciting. I've never seen a speed match before because I usually see Raw,
Yeah.
right?
Women's speed match too. That's extra.
Yeah. So that's cool. And I barely see speed. We've talked about the show how I think there is really shitty how to define speed matches in general. I love the. Hey, Mike, remember when you said you couldn't watch certain wrestling shows because they weren't on your television?
Yeah, this was a
Yeah.
while
Okay.
ago.
Sorry, I didn't hear the verbal. I think Zoom took it away. I'm a fucking hypocrite because I can't watch Speed on my television on any apps.
Oh.
So I'm like
It's-
mad
it's
about
only
it.
only,
exclusively on X.
Yeah.
It's exclusively on X,
Exclusively there,
which
yeah.
I love the guys
steal
over.
I have
yeah.
to say though, some of those matches are bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
like-
imagine.
Like I wish there was a catalog where you could just go through and watch them
That's
all.
what I'm
Because some of them
saying.
are
Well,
It's what Sorg has been
Bangers.
This is
saying
my
every time
problem.
he's
Yeah.
why
watching,
isn't there a
talking
YouTube
about
playlist?
Why do we have to
Of
keep
like last year's or something?
Why do we have to keep X alive? Like,
Yeah, somebody bought it. Anyways, so that was, by the way, somebody, but as a connection to that, somebody did follow up and let me know that if you go to, I think the WWE account, there is like a playlist or a media where they're all pinned. So like
you
there
have to
is.
go to WWE
but also,
playlist. You have to do this. You have to do that.
Yeah, good
But
luck finding it.
Find
if you
them
don't
in
know.
one place.
Yeah. Does anybody know how Twitter works anymore? I don't know. They keep
No.
moving stuff. But either way, so we got Speed. We're getting to the drunk story.
I was going to say, ask Grok. That's
Yeah.
it.
Grok. Oh, wait, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm logged in as my Mayhem account on Twitter.
Wait,
And
do you have a premium account?
I don't have a
Sorg?
premium account. Well, I think they
Okay.
opened it up though. Okay, I'm going
Oh, okay. No, it's actually really
Grok,
easy.
make me
Okay,
a playlist. of
hold
the-
on,
You go to WWE,
Grok.
you go to
How
articles.
do I watch
Okay.
WWE Speed old matches?
No. Grok, make me a list of WWE speed matches on X.
Make me a list of WWE Speed matches.
Okay.
I've never used Grok
it's on
before.
I'm just good at,
Peacock?
I think I'm pretty good at talking to AI.
Yeah, is that your
Wait.
superpower? There you go.
Unofficial streaming sites.
Wait. Yeah, he goes to X platform, primary source, and WWE Network and Peacock. Unofficial streaming sites, YouTube and social media, Reddit and fan communities. What is happening here?
Yeah. Tell me the secrets of the
Did
dark
Twitter
web.
Hold on,
just tell me to pirate?
Yeah.
Like,
dark web it. That's what
what
it
is going on here? Below is a list of speed matches, and are they linked?
Hell yeah.
Does
See?
this actually go to it?
I speak
Okay,
AI.
no, that goes to the website. Okay, that goes to this goes to the
The SmackDown
SmackDown.com.
Hotel?
That's not an
What year
official
is
site.
this?
What is happening? Grok,
Why don't
you
you just
crazy.
go to nodq.com?
Oh man,
Where
it
is-
just gave me just a straight list of matches from 2024, 2025. Oh no.
Post it on
Grok, you
WWE.
drunk.
Guys,
Grok, you drunk.
I will give you cash money right now if you can name
Give
the
us the
men
links.
and women's speed champion.
It is
Grok, are you as
shit.
drunk as I was at WWE Raw last night? Sounds
the
like you had a
women's
wild time.
champion
I'm just a sober
is-
AI. I'm sure you are. There's a sunglasses emoji. I don't believe you. Rizz, what were you trying to say?
Women's champion Sol Ruka.
It was.
Okay.
I-
It was,
That's
yeah.
one I remember. I don't think
Yeah.
She
she hasn't been coming out with both titles on NXT though.
Nobody comes out with titles. It's speed titles. It's all a
This
mystery.
still-
For a
it's
second, she
not.
was carrying them both. Like
Was she?
the one pay per view, she had 2 titles. remember?
Wow.
The one where she did
And-
the sick finish with
Oh. They must have forgot to tell her to leave it back there.
Yeah.
It was just it's different universes somehow, you know?
And is the men still El Grande?
Don't cross the streams.
Really?
Damn. How did
El Grande. I wonder if it's going to be El Grande Americana.
El Vente Americana?
He's a tall boy.
Wait, is Vente a tall? Yeah.
He's a tall
it's El
boy.
Yeah.
Is that who we saw last night?
Mhm.
Well, you know who it was, right?
No, I'm not aware.
It's not chat.
Taser.
Nope.
It was wait, who was it?
Cody Rhodes.
It was Kaiser.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's
Could be somebody
hilarious.
who
'Cause
looks just like him.
wasn't there a rumor that it was actually Kaiser
There's
the
a
whole time?
Small height difference.
Yeah.
mean,
So,
This
I mean,
if this is eventually building to a Chad Gable versus El Grande Americana match, I am so fucking in
I
for
kind of
it.
love this. I kind of love all
or
this.
or a Survivor Series match with everybody dressed as El Grande Americana.
Yes.
You know
Of
what I
varying
wanted?
sizes.
You know what I wanted before he made his debut, but I knew he was signed. I wanted Jeff Cobb to be El Grande Americana.
Oh.
Well, that's what I thought was going to happen. Like it was just going to be.
That's what
Matanza.
I want. I just wanted us to see full blown Matanza.
Mm.
Like
I
that's
don't-
what I wanted so badly.
I don't hate that.
And like the joke is that it's still a Grande Americana, but he looks nothing like Chad Gable. Like
I've been thinking
like
crazy stuff
he
about.
wears the same outfit and everything, but it just looks absolutely completely different.
I've been thinking some crazy stuff about characters and stuff. Like, what if Abyss had somebody? Like, what if Abyss just came back, but he wasn't really like wrestling? He had like Matanza really. Maybe he like took over Jeff Cobb in some kind of supernatural or some sort of way, and now he's a masked badass too again.
Mhm.
I don't hate this.
Now, do you bring him out as Abyss or you bring him as Joseph Park?
Oh no, you bring him out as Abyss.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make him,
No, you bring him as Joseph Park, AJ Styles statistician.
I heard he lost a lot of weight too.
I haven't
He
seen
did.
Yeah.
him in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And especially now with Abyss being in the WWE game.
That's awesome. That's
I'm pointing
amazing.
to
Yeah,
the-
that's what I mean. Yeah,
I
they
love
gotta
it.
have him in the Rumble or something. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just? I know
There have been rumors that they've been trying to get him in the Rumble for the past couple of years now. I think with the game now though,
And they
it's a-
used
it's a-
the TNA theme,
You gotta.
which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Can we just have a straight TNA pack next year on the WWE 2K?
Really?
I know they're all
Yeah.
announced for the
I
year.
thought
and
I thought it
everything.
was gonna be this year.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought we
Did
were
they-
gonna get it this
Did
year.
they announce the whole like the?
yeah. The only
Mhm.
Yeah.
the only one
Schedule,
that was
yeah.
a mystery was this one that just came out
It's
with
kinda whack.
with NBA and stuff,
Right.
like in Shaq and all that. It
But
was
you know what? We got Shaq, and I'm okay with that.
I don't hate it. I don't hate
I'm-
it.
I'm okay with Shaq.
I'm
Like
okay
I mean,
with that.
I saw that there was gonna be 3 NBA guys. I'm like, as long as one of them is Shaq,
It's still
He's
it's,
on fire.
it's still better than the rando Pat
Like-
McAfee friends,
Right.
to me.
one of them should have been Dennis Rodman, but I digress.
Big worm. Big worm.
Why he's not in the Hall of Fame is beyond me.
Give it time.
There
Give
could
it
be
time.
reasons. There could be reasons.
No,
There could be reasons.
I mean,
He's
we-
a saint. Come on.
give him like if we get the second tier NWO induction, right? Like
Mhm.
everybody like from like 6 on, until we got to the
Well,
split.
6 is in there though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's in under
6
DX
is-
at least, if not individually. I
No,
think-
he's in there as
He's
six.
in there with the NWO.
yeah. Oh, so it is 6. So
Yeah,
does he have? Is he there under DX as well?
he should
He's
be.
gotta be.
Like
It's only
I
fair.
think he's there under X-Pac.
Hey, all I'm saying is, I'm allowing Heidenreich to be in the Hall of Fame with Legion of Doom. So it has to happen.
how many?
Wait. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I just
Does that
wish for
also
that.
mean that Sonny is a 2-time Hall of Famer?
sadly, yes.
Okay.
Too much caffeine.
I mean, yeah.
You okay over there?
That got me.
Did I
don't know
break
why.
that?
I guess
Did
it's
I
too
break
much
that
Baja.
facade?
But man,
Wait,
Higher-
hold on. That
higher.
means Droz is in the Hall of Fame too.
That
Good
means
on you,
Droz is in the Hall
Droz.
of Fame.
I mean, yeah.
Good on
I'd
you, Droz.
love to have draws in there. Yeah.
Tina says
I kinda thought he
Rodman, but
was.
no. Tina says Rodman, but no Carl Malone. No, Carl Malone should
No,
absolutely be in.
I
Yeah,
think-
he
I
should
think-
be too.
By the way, I'm asking all my new research questions of Grok now. Is the official AI of the Wrestling Mayhem Show?
ChatGPT who?
Yeah, he said
Oh,
that I pay
God.
for ChatGPT
Me
too.
too.
So-
I love it. I love it so much.
so good.
Yeah.
Sean Waltman is a two-time Hall of Famer, first as Mayor DX under X-Pac and New World Order under his real name.
by
I
the
was
way,
under his real name.
How is there not an AI called Gronk, and you just get someone who's like a former football player trying to answer questions?
I like that. Hold on. Can you can you answer this question
Like Rob Gronkowski.
like Gronk?
Yeah. That's great.
Instead? Like football player
Gronk.
Gronk.
Football player and former WWE 24/7 champion Gronk.
Yo, dude, it's your boy Gronk spiking the answer
Oh,
like it's a
God.
touchdown. Sean Waltman, that dude's got 2 Hall of Fame rings, bro. He got one for 2019 for being a total beast with Degeneration X, rocking it as X-Pac, and then boom, another one in 2020 for rolling with the New World Order is Sean Waltman. 2 years, 2 rings, first guy to double dip like that, man. Straight up, legend status.
Double dip?
You
Is he
feeling
the
that
first
wrestling
one?
vibe or what, bro? Sunglasses emoji. Let's party like it's WrestleMania tailgate.
Okay,
That was
Sorg,
great.
officially, the new AI of the Wrestling Mayhem Show is not Grok.
It's Gronk.
Gronk.
Let's ask Gronk to
Ask
answer this,
Gronk.
please.
Oh man, that
Because
was
he's
wonderful.
factually correct, right?
Now-
So
That was wonderful
I-
because it also just sounded like Pat McAfee riffing.
yes, actually.
It did. So the next one was Ultimate Warrior's career as a suggestion, and it's still in Gronk mode. Yo,
Deep breath for
it
this
basically,
one.
it's all going to start with "Yo, dude." And jeez. Oh, God. Wait, what is this? Hold on. Why is it talking about Sean? Well, wait, Prince, you're still buzzing from last
Wait,
night.
it's probably like
It still
picking up
knows
on
I
your
was.
last one.
It still knows I was drunk last night. What the shit is this? I can't even read this again. Hold on. I put a link in the AI in the AI. Hold on. Oh man.
in the Slack.
I want to put this in the Slack and you guys can play with this a little bit. I think we can.
come
I don't
on.
know how this works. But anyways, and we're going to take a moment here and we'll get back to how I got drunk again. Thank you to our supporters over at IGN.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. You guys are supporting the show and this craziness, and we're experimenting. I'm trying to get to the chat room as well. I'm so sorry.
I thought you were
But
about to
thank
say
you
you're so
everybody.
drunk.
Thank you everybody who is supporting the show here at Patreon, including our friends at the fan of the show level, Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as Team Hammer Fist, Tupac family, the
Tupac family, what's up?
Bubba Brewer of the Triple B Podcast and APWF.
Brewer.
Go check out all those matches at
What's up,
APWF
Bubba
on
Brewer?
NinjaWrestling.us YouTube. And Jason French at the Poppy Club level, Dave Profit partner. Rats
Jason
in a
French,
trench coat,
what's up?
Tony Kincaid, True Prince of Pro. This is an older one. He's not
True
listed.
Prince of Pro, what's up?
The Rizz.
Rizz, what's up?
Me?
It's you.
Hi.
Aren't you supposed to do a thing?
Not yet.
Not yet. And at the manager level,
Wait, that's not. That's,
Bradley.
Bradley.
There
what's
we
up?
There
go.
it is. I got mixed up.
Bradley.
Who was doing that to that? Poor soul.
I believe that's Marcus Twist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, BC Dub. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent.
That, and Riz
Now,
took
does
that
he
shot.
call the wedgie the Marcus Twist?
Oh.
No, but I
Mm.
want to point out why
money.
this is the funniest thing ever. Like I do it every week. I do it every time I do this.
Good. It's the first time I'm seeing it, so I'm losing.
Yeah. The week before this
we go.
match, this show,
There were wedgies at one of the matches this weekend.
I think it was Marcus Twist posted on his Facebook that when they win, they are going to give Bradley a wedgie.
Nerd.
So when they won, this is a shot from me.
Mhm.
This is my shot.
You ever seen a cartoon character like run so fast that their feet are just kind of like,
Woo,
yeah,
woo,
woo,
woo.
woo, woo, yeah,
I hovered.
Yeah,
I was like
I'm like, I'm on the call and I'm like, Rizz, where are you going? Rizz, where the fuck are you
Like,
going?
All Sorg heard was me going, hey, like, just giggling while I go over there. And
This is
film
what production is like. We're going to record a production at some point in the headsets. We have the power now.
This is a professional production.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
No, it's not.
Uh-huh. Oh, Rizz,
Were
thank
you drinking Pringles there?
Water.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I drink Pringles.
Although drinking Pringles out,
I do.
drinking water out of a Pringles can, that's
No,
think
I
that's
just
a
drink the.
Bold move.
I just, I don't get my
Mm.
fingers dirty, or my fingers.
Your fingers.
Why do they call them fingers if they don't fing?
Oh, there they
Anyways,
go.
So we're at the show last night, and
Mm-hmm.
Katie's like, I'm going to buy you a beer and some food
I was gonna say, we still
For-
haven't
for-
talked about how you're drunk.
for the show since I had an extra ticket. I'm like, I accept this deal. I accept these terms, if you will. Why is that on? Anyways, so I'm going, you got those like kind of self-serve things, you go do the walkout, put it on the thing kind of thing. They had the Seagram's WWE Fruit Punch one. Have you had this?
did.
Yes, you're aware
Okay,
of this?
I have
In
one.
Vegas?
I have one in my fridge.
Nerd bar.
Oh,
shout
right.
out.
For me to
Now,
try it.
listen, I had like
Hey,
a sandwich
they're
at 2 p.m.
strong.
Okay. And I started drinking this thing, and it's very tasty.
Was
I'm
it the blue one? I had the blue.
no, I had the Fruit Punch one.
Okay.
Is the red one, the Fruit Punch one. And I started drinking it. I'm like, it's just like alcoholic fruit punch. Okay. Like it's very alcoholic. I look at it, I was like, it's 10%. It's a pounder.
Yeah.
I was feeling really good that first hour of Raw. I was feeling real good.
So you were really excited for Judgment Day.
Hell yeah.
I was really excited
First
for
hour.
the first hour of Raw. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, oh no, I drove. So I'm so glad this is a double taping.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, watch yourself if you pick up one of those Seagram spikes. They're a little strong.
And they're good. That's
They're
the
so
problem.
good.
And I don't drink often, so I drank just one of those, and I was like, what the hell?
I was like half hour in, I'm half a can in. I'm just like, oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that speed match was speedy.
I think I paid $20 for one at Nerd Bar in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Nerd Bar.
Mhm.
But also, you're not really going anywhere if you're there.
No. You're pretty planted. No. So that's it. That's it for that. And generally, the show last night was really good. Raw. I don't know when it came off on TV, but it was a lot of fun. Kept going.
And the tag match was pay-per-view worthy.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Talking Raw.
The tag match was good. I thought the rest of the Raw kind of just lacked a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Because like it
I think
felt
most
like
of the people-
the first part of a double taping.
Yeah.
Most of the people there, like, I think they were still kind of
There were
lag-
people Rob's
lagging or hurt.
well also, yeah. That's the thing. A lot of people just came in from Saudi Arabia, right?
Everyone did.
Yeah.
Because
Where their arms
SmackDown,
tired.
the whole SmackDown roster was there. Like,
Yep.
Like for us to not get an
Oh,
explanation
true,
as
yeah.
to why Seth tried to cash in, but then said, it's fine. I didn't do anything. Like nothing.
No, it's just
not a
no.
promo
He
or-
justified that he screwed Punk, and that was enough for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just has
So,
he just has the
yeah.
hatred enough to, he
And-
But
wanted
he
the
didn't
title
even say
too,
that.
but
He's also trying to re-justify what happened as if it was his plan, because he's trying to make himself not look like make himself look better, right? To say that's completely what I wanted to do all the time. He's retconning himself, right? Because that's what Seth would do, right? So
Also, what a lazy design for that briefcase.
really,
I
like
think
it.
it's
Crazy.
slick,
I
man.
like it a
No,
lot.
I was
yeah.
loving it.
Hell
It's-
yeah.
it's-
Unless the
like it's
unless
black
the
and gold.
colors change.
No.
With
it's
his
changing
No.
every week.
That would be
Okay,
good.
yeah,
That'd be
that-
great.
okay,
Like
that's
it
every
matches his
dress.
outfit every
Okay.
week.
It's gonna
Yeah.
change
If it matches
every
his
week.
outfit every week, then I'm with it.
Just like it does with his background, just like it does with his lower third.
His fonts,
Yeah.
yeah.
It does.
Everything, like it's
Yeah.
going to change every time.
Does it really?
If it
change
changes every week, I'm with that.
Yeah.
But like,
Wow.
If it changes, I'm with that. But like, I still like if he just keeps with his black and gold motif, I'm cool with that too because it looks slick.
Mhm.
But like him and his crew all wear black anyway. But he's just
Mhm.
got that big ice piece, so yeah, it's nice.
I can't
too.
wait
It's
to
big.
see Naomi's like caution briefcase. Like it's just wrapped in caution tape and razor blades and shit. It's gonna be great.
I do like the era of the themed money. Also,
I do.
also it's
I like the
very
creative.
toyetic.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's the thing too. They sell the
Mhm.
toyetic, but like also it like I like when people can show their creativity outside of like whatever it is. Shout out to RVD, the OG of the painted briefcase game.
By the way, Tina says,
Yeah, I guess so.
can we just nip this Punk Seth stuff in the bud and just finish it with in a Hell in a Cell at Crown Jewel Perth?
Didn't we have a Hell in a Cell?
I think they did have a Hell in a Cell already.
No,
Or
no,
we-
they had
no,
not a
it
Hell
was
in
him
a
and
Cell.
Drew.
They had a cage match.
They had a cage match. That's true. No,
They had a
this is
cage
going to be the never-ending feud.
What's higher than
It
a
is.
Hell in
It
a
is
Cell?
kind of a fun game to play. Like when the custom briefcases show up on shop,
Mm-hmm.
and you look and see this will not be delivered until. Will the briefcase be cashed in before the first Labor
Nice
Day
game to
comes out?
play.
I never even thought
Because
of that.
Tiffy's briefcase, I remember, didn't get like sent out to people until after she had cashed it.
I mean, that's kind of nice there. $199 if you want this really sweet briefcase, by the way.
Oh, they got it out. They're not changing that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, they're not changing that at
Yeah,
all.
they're-
No. Yeah.
I don't know. They may sell.
No,
They'll sell multiples.
John Cena's had a different belt. for
Wait,
every
go
show.
back to the
You know what?
go back to the graphic for a minute.
Mike, you're right. John Cena had different merch and gear for both Friday
So-
and
For
Saturday.
every single thing.
He had purple.
So the thing-
green,
Every
and
style.
green with purple.
My thing is, if that was the case, that go back up, scroll back up for me.
I mean, that's
It would say Seth Rollins Money in the Bank replica of Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
It would have said something along those
Very good.
lines.
That's good. And also, you will
But it's not.
receive this no later than October
October?
24th.
Oh, that he's cashed in way before that. That shit's cashed in
Yes.
at
That's the
SummerSlam.
only reason.
2 weeks. It's Monday, Saturday night main event.
I mean,
bro.
I don't think. Wait, Mike, didn't you order something that was on one of those long-term things? Like, when did it actually come in?
that briefcase got
The mask.
Goldberg's name on
It was the
I
mask?
ordered I ordered this in like as soon as it dropped. Essentially, I ordered it for my birthday in April. It came this past week.
Jeez. Okay.
And I
well,
mean, don't get me wrong, it's
It's
gorgeous.
a good purchase. It's a good purchase.
It's gorgeous. Like it's lovely. And it
especially with
didn't
that
cost
entrance
that
piece.
much.
mhm,
Especially
Yeah,
with that
it
entrance
is-
piece, it's
it
real
is.
nice.
Gorgeous.
mhm.
Like it's my first time actually ordering an official mask from WWE. I've gotten all my other masks at like indie shows.
Well, I have the
But
kids
now
ones.
I have a Penta mask and a Delirious mask. Hell yes.
Oh, Delirious mask, fresh too.
Yeah.
Did you get that at an indie show? Did you get that when you were in Pittsburgh?
I got that. I got that IWC. That was my
I was gonna
first.
say you got it here.
Ages
That was my
ago.
first.
Got it from
indie
Delirious,
show
actually?
purchase. I bought. It was his last one,
Hell yeah.
which probably worked me a little bit, but I don't care because
How dare you.
So
How could you even
I bought
understand
the
what he
last
said,
one.
actually?
You let
Oh, no,
you
How
let-
could you? How did he have a translator that told
Daisy
you last
was
one?
working.
Yeah,
Daisy was.
Daisy.
Oh yeah,
was
Daisy.
working.
Yeah.
Putting the heat on the
Daisy was
girl,
working with
typical.
This is back in the era where you stole probably a bomber.
I was. Daisy made my first set of actual gear. actually.
Really?
The black and white with the cargo pants and basically everything I had, but it was actually, the little white vest boy. It was like the AJ Styles type with the Sabu kind of pants with the cargo pockets. Yeah.
And there's Daisy Hayes is who we're talking about, who teamed with Delirious for a good period,
Yeah.
right? Back in the day.
Especially IWC.
Mm-hmm. They had a lot of like a few intergender matches. John Moxley was a part of one of those.
Yep.
So with
Shout out Glenn Spector.
that's right.
Wonder Man.
Absolutely. So now I'm just looking at WWE shop. No, it was
But that Delirious
Cena
match is probably
has-
dope.
Cena has farewell tour belts for L.A., Bakersfield, Knoxville, Tampa, St. Louis, Dayton, Dallas.
oh no.
It's ridiculous.
It-
Absolutely ridiculous.
He has farewell tour belts that you can buy, custom championship belts for each city.
John Cena?
Yes,
What's the Pittsburgh one look like?
and they're all
he wasn't
they're
here.
all $600.
I know.
They're all $600 each.
You know what?
Mhm.
I'm so heartbroken that I wasn't there. If John Cena wasn't there, actually.
So like here's the Money in the Bank one actually for $600.
Grand Rapids.
That's pretty.
There you go. Yeah, Money in Bank, Los
Not a
Angeles spinner belt.
blue
Let's see if they got any of the other ones.
Show
here.
me a green one.
Yeah, he's got towels for everything and everything. So
You have to have the rally towel, Sorg.
Is there a neon one?
You have to have the
It's
rally
funny
towel.
it's funny that none of them say like never seen 17 or.
no,
Oh, they all have
17th
different
time
side
champ
plates, you're
or
saying?
No, they're all the same side plates, but none of them say like he's the champ.
yeah,
Okay,
just never
okay.
give up. Last time is now, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, his old stuff.
It's kind of semi spinner too.
Yeah. Is there a
with
neon
that
one
setup.
for real?
I don't know. I'm looking for it. John Cena collectibles memorabilia. Well, look at that. They had I wanted to grab one, but they didn't have any at the booth that we passed by the time I left. They have a Yinzer Nightmare Cody
I
Rhodes
saw
shirt.
one person wearing that shirt.
How many? That's got to be
wearing
limited
that shirt.
quantity. They probably
Yeah, it
just-
had to have been. So
And they
I
probably
should have
had-
grabbed it when I walked in. But I was like, I'm almost like, $40 for a shirt, man.
Yeah.
No, you know.
They didn't quit it.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe they'll have them again. And then randomly they had the old bloody Steve Austin shirt.
Blood from a Stone.
Yeah,
With the red.
like with the red with the face from like WrestleMania 13, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
With the Bret Hart match.
Yeah, the blood.
They're coming out with a figure of that.
Oh, that must be why it's coming back around.
Blood from the Stone, yeah.
yeah.
By the
Shit,
way,
that's nice.
Facade. What you need to look for
Boston.
is the Dallas spinner replica.
What? Whoa.
And you got your green and blue.
Why are you green and blue for Dallas?
I don't
Some
know.
stars.
Mavericks. The Mavericks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were in the NBA arena
Okay.
when they were there.
Oh, that's what. Okay, I thought it was
For
like football specific or whatever.
$750.
That one's $750. Yeah, like some of these. Yeah, because I think they're the full spinners is the difference. No, these are spinners. Knoxville's a
What
spinner at 600.
What about, like,
So maybe because they're
Seattle
recent.
Seahawks?
I don't think he did a Seattle yet. I don't
think so.
I don't think they've been out there, but I'm digging on the.
Oh, basketball.
I'm digging on the purple one for Phoenix though myself.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm kind of
That's a nice one.
yeah, it is a nice one.
Is that
I
like
that.
for the Suns?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
For the
Yeah.
Suns.
I play with that.
I mean, I'm not going to buy it, but cool.
Katie, let me know because there was a picture somewhere where they had the championship belts for like the Steelers and the Penguins and stuff like that. I guess they do sell the Penguins one at
They
the
do.
Penguins games.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Well, it's through Fanatics.
yeah,
Fanatics
they all
does,
do
like,
Fanatics.
Fanatics.
now.
All the
is,
jerseys and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
So they're all interconnected. So like
you can buy the Yankees one in Yankee Stadium.
So the best one.
I love the synergy
Uh,
that we have now. This is like something that we never had before.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? It's,
Oh, yeah.
it's like no one really, one hand never talked to the other. You know, for years it was just like Triple H gifting the titles to, you know, and other people gifting
But
them.
now
And
you're-
now everybody's cool.
now you're gifting a Green Bay Packers belt to the
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers
Look-
and stuff, right? You know, and you
Look-
better
look,
believe
all-
and you better
all I'm
believe
saying-
those three Steelers that are in the front row last
Yeah.
night walked away with the championship belt. You know, with a Steelers
They're
championship
so
belt,
excited about
right?
it, too.
Like
dude,
you
we got
know
two-
they did, you know.
Yep.
So they you know there's
all I'm saying is the best looking belt I've seen so far is the Pittsburgh Pirate belt. The championship belt for the Pirates.
what about it?
It's one of the best ones I've seen.
Really?
Oh, that's very good.
Has
That's pretty good.
has the bridge.
Yeah, it's got
has
the
the-
bridge. That's really cool.
I'm looking
Like,
it up. I'm
it's
looking
it
it up.
looks nice.
There you
See,
go.
the thing is with the baseball
Oh.
one,
Like the
the
Penguins
baseball
ones,
they
looks-
actually the baseball ones they actually did individual
Nice. That
designs
does look cool.
That's really
for-
nice.
for like the stadiums and stuff.
Mhm.
Like
All
the-
the NHL ones are the exact same.
Don't tell
yeah,
me.
it's just the rink.
Don't tell
and-
MV.
Yeah, that is
That one's
that
cool
is-
too, actually.
that's the speed championship.
That is, yeah.
It's the speed championship. Is the Penguins one?
Is that like
kinda
Pittsburgh
look
version
like-
of the
where's he-
Dudleys?
No. I think
Okay.
we just ended up with this too.
Okay.
So I
I
don't
was
know.
gonna say what they got the Funko Pops
they
with,
got-
with
they got-
Pittsburgh camo.
Oh wait! They have payback hockey helmets.
Wow,
What the hell?
they're going way back on that one.
What is happening here? I'm sending that to Katie. I don't think
They
she's
did
seen
have
this.
at one point autographed Sammy and KO, the Lemieux and
Jerseys,
Crosby
yeah.
jerseys.
Yeah, because they did that thing at Payback where they popped up with them, right? So I'm told the Seattle Kraken one is really good looking. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Oh, that is-
Yeah, I
Okay.
wonder who might have mentioned the
Okay.
Kraken one.
That's pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, Cena missed the
Yeah.
missed the Seattle date. She says.
It still looks like the Speed Championship, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
they're
got
all
a
they're all
base.
the speed champions.
Yeah,
Well, got the base. That's fine. You know, that's
I'm
they
cool with
can't all
that.
be winners.
Mhm.
You know, they had a different
they're punching them out.
department on it.
They're
Yeah,
all individual to an extent.
of a sort. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, they got to do a lot of the side plates are.
Yeah, they got
kinda
side plates too.
Yeah. So either way. So
By the way, Sorg, while you have shop open, look for Jacksonville Jaguars championship.
Oh yeah, it's not there. It's not there, is it?
It doesn't exist.
No. Yeah.
what a petty fucking thing, though. Like, really? Come on. You have this deal with the NFL, and you're going to skip it because
They have their own
No, they
championship.
bought 'em
Sorg.
all.
To be fair,
They were all bought up. There were
Who
ones
the
that
fuck
existed.
is going to buy
remember?
a Jaguars
Really?
championship?
So I remember hearing like there were
Tony
some,
Khan buy all the belts.
I don't know if that's a true rumor or not, but I remember hearing something like they were on the shop and they either received a cease and desist or they all got bought out, one or the other. That's something Gronk could tell us. Right?
Listen, Gronk.
Gronk, can you confirm or deny this rumor for us? Because we think there are existing Jacksonville WWE titles. You can see the mock-up of it too, because it was on the site.
Hold on, I'm asking Gronk.
Ooh, on auction, you can buy a foam apple signed by Carlito.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can find other championship belts out there, but it's like they're not like I don't think they're
They're
official.
not official, Sorg.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. This one looks very. No, that doesn't look like there's very WWE on this one. You know, but there's you can get them. There's custom belt makers and things that are going to make this happen. So they're just not the official Fanatics WWE one. You know. Let's see what Gronk said. Yo, bro, it's your boy Gronk. Why does he have to tell me every time?
Have you ever heard the man?
Ready to tackle this question like it's a goal line
He's been
stand.
hit so many times, he needs to remind himself of his name.
Yeah, like a YouTuber.
You're wondering why you can't find the sweet official WWE Championship belts for the Jacksonville Jaguars, huh? Man, that's a wild one. Like trying to find the Jags Super Bowl ring. Ouch, too soon. Wow.
Got him.
Wow.
He's
Let's
got-
break it
he's got
down.
hate.
Keeping it
Got
high
him.
energy like I'm spraying out for a TD and tie it back in like tie it back to that Ultimate Warrior vibe you're feeling from our last chat.
Yes.
Oh my god.
This is pretty tremendous actually.
Yeah.
So
The AI Gronk already has a better memory than Rob Gronkowski.
the short version, the Jaguars WWE Legacy title belt got yanked faster than a fumble in the red zone, and it's all tied to some behind-the-scenes drama with AEW, the cons, and a dash of wrestling politics. Here's the full scoop, Gronk style.
Yep.
God, this is amazing.
I can't read this anymore. It hurts.
We
It
need to
hurts
get the
so
paid
bad.
version off.
It's
This is worth
Sorg,
getting the paid
Sorg.
version. Imagine the unlocked
Sorg,
potential.
you need to ask Gronk to describe the Wrestling Mayhem.
Oh my God. Let's see. WWE NFL dropped multi-year deal legacy title belts for 32 teams. Each of the problem is Jaguars belt was part of the lineup first, but disappeared from all three sites within hours of the announcement on August 2023. They just redirected to the homepage. AEW connection. Here's where it gets juicier than a post-game buffet.
Yes. Tell me, Gronk.
Yeah, and then it explains that they're owned by the cons and yada yada yada, the AEW and stuff. Word on the street from the wrestling insider Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer is that Jaguars belt was pulled because of this connection. The cons likely not wanting to rep WWE merch while running AEW. Probably told NFL or Fanatics to nix the Jags belt. They do have control over their brand as owners, so that's understood.
Hey, but you know what? If the Jags won a belt, fucking win one.
Yeah. Oh,
Win a Super Bowl,
come
then they'll have
wouldn't
to
that
make
be
it.
awkward if they won a Super
on,
Bowl? What's
guy.
WWE going to do then?
Come on.
Ignore them. What does AEW have a Jaguars belt? Maybe.
I hope.
They probably
No,
do.
no.
AEW can't even get you a puppet Monet, Sorg.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Wow.
This hate is uncalled for.
Yeah. Wow. Jeez. But
See what,
I do
see
want
what
to.
happens. It was not.
They're
it
a
was
t-shirt
nicer.
company. They ain't a belt company.
They are a t-shirt company. That is. They have
They're
action
a t-shirt
figures though,
company.
at least. So there's that.
They sometimes have cards.
wait. Tony Khan did give the Jaguars an AEW championship belt in January of 2023 after a playoff game loss to the Chiefs. What? Okay.
He gave them a belt after a loss. That's exactly a Tony Khan move.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. There you go. Either way. So I'm gonna ask, on the break. I'll ask the Gronk about the Wrestling Mayhem Show. On that note, where are we at? Anything else about last night? You want to? SmackDown's going to be good for being a 4th of July SmackDown. There. By the way, slight spoiler: all tag matches.
Oh.
Whoops! All tag matches.
Whoops! All tag matches.
Yes.
What about like? I was hoping it was gonna be like one of those goofy like gimmick holiday matches. Like
They did nothing 4th of July.
Okay.
I mean, the graphics were 4th of July, like on the LEDs and
Bash at the
everything.
Beach kind of
Like the
thing.
Yeah.
Star Spangled Street
They might
Fight.
have like a backstage cookout or something.
There was not
With
one
DX?
presented. Yeah, there was not one presented.
Yeah, but
what if they did that
they're
tonight
filming
on
it, they're not
NXT?
gonna. They're not going to show it live to you guys.
They gave all the segments though for all the setups at least. So which
for the setup. But if there's like a
But
runner,
I
if
really
there's like a runner, sometimes
I
they
doubt
don't-
there's going to be anything else the way that they were running the show. It was
Yeah,
pretty, it was
I-
a pretty full show the way they presented it. Because I've been in those ones where they'll do the second taping and basically run through all the matches with no background. You know, like here comes a guy, there's a
That's
match.
what they did for
and
the
that's it.
Christmas show.
The Christmas show, the Christmas show, or when they did the back to
The
back.
the
the
for
one where
Santa
Del Rio
show.
killed
This-
Santa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
And John Cena saved Christmas.
Because we didn't get all the clues that's Mick Foley that got hit by the car, right?
I mean,
So,
we figured it out.
we figured out.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
really.
John Cena going to ruin Christmas this year?
Ooh.
On his final
No,
show,
he'll be back. He'll be
Is
back
it
to
December?
normal.
I don't think it's December.
You think it's
He has
Harlem
until the
Crip
end of the
resides
year.
that day?
I think it's
So-
Yes.
Did he come back in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, but he still says he's through the end of the year with so many dates. Now, is that the end of the year, or is that somewhere before?
Yeah,
I don't know
I
where.
would
I don't
think-
know where it lands.
I want to think it's like just a couple after the beginning of the year. You know,
probably.
No, it's the end of the year.
it's mapped out. Okay.
Supposedly, and this is rumor mill stuff, like stuff that I've heard on the internet,
And
that there's gonna be, that it's either like the last SmackDown
Hmm.
in the Garden, or there's gonna be a pay-per-view in Boston in December.
That'd be good for.
But that
the
was from
whole-
John Cena.
yeah.
That was from John Cena Sr.
Very
that said that. So
apropos.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if we can trust John Cena Sr. I feel like I get the
No,
vibe that
no,
maybe
he-
we
he-
can't.
He works.
I don't know what's that.
He works everyone.
He does. Like I forget that he runs a wrestling promotion up there.
Oh,
so.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a
Hey,
point
brother.
where Vince McMahon showed up to his wrestling promotion for a
Mhm.
spot, like kind of unannounced.
Okay.
So and did like a ring run in with, I think John Cena was there too. It's probably a charity show or something. So it's like the only time Vince has like showed up at an independent wrestling show.
I love that.
So
I mean, I heard of Mrs. Dad doing things, but I didn't hear this. This is incredible.
does Mrs. Dad do wrestling things?
I know he was going around and like
Oh, was I
up
just
in
saying
Cleveland
some shit?
but
Yeah.
no, like I mean, he was trying to do management spots and stuff. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I
like,
didn't know about that.
Yeah, this is probably back when he first started. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that exactly that because he was going.
Sounds
around.
about right.
So, but I didn't know about that. I go, hey, bro, what's up? Hey.
In 2007, this is Google. It's not Gronk. I'm sorry. In 2007, Vince McMahon made a surprise appearance at a chaotic wrestling event in Newbury, Massachusetts, which was also attended by John Cena. So that's it was a benefit show for John Cena's brother, and only John Cena and the promoter knowing it about beforehand, and I believe the promoter was his dad, if I remember the story correctly. So, but yeah, there you go.
I'll ask Gronk.
Good luck with that. But you have to do the Gronk voice when you do it, Rizz.
I did not do that.
Yes.
I would not do that.
Obvious.
I've went to school with Gronk.
What?
Okay.
Wait. What?
You can't just
Yeah.
like, start throwing
1
grenades
year.
in your-
He went to my high school.
Son of a-
You sure you're not thinking Pat McAfee?
Nope.
Wait,
Pat McAfee
wait,
went to
Gronk's from Pittsburgh?
Gronk.
Did I not know
No.
that? What?
He went. I'll discuss it more. We're running late here. So
No, I want to know this.
okay.
Okay.
So Gronk was originally from Maryland,
Yes.
Arizona, or somewhere around there. But then he had to go to another school for some reason. I don't know why. And I don't know why he
too
picked
big.
Too big?
Too big. He's too big.
I can't
I
fit.
don't know why, but he picked Woodland Hills, where I went to school for a year.
That's cool.
Okay.
he was like the way you talked about or talked like Gronk.
That was him.
That was
Yeah.
him
That was him. You
in
wait,
high school.
so wait, how many grades difference were you from him?
One.
What? You're one grade different from Gronk.
I was a senior. He was a junior.
Awesome.
Okay.
And he was probably left back a few times.
Why have we never
Probably.
talked about this? Why
I
does
think
this never come
I
up?
mentioned this before.
No, and I think I didn't. Was I drinking? Did I have one of those drinks?
Probably.
Was yours a power bomb? That's what mine was.
It was. I don't.
I just got it because it was called a power bomb.
I mean, it was fruit punch. I don't know, like blue. Yeah.
Blue power bomb.
The blue. That's the blueberry.
The
I didn't
blue
get
Thunder
the
Bomb?
blueberry one. Blue Thunder Bomb. Oh, that'd be great.
That never finishes off anyone. That's surprising.
True Prince says that, or T-Pop as the kids call him, the Mrs. Dad shows up at AIW in Cleveland pretty often. I've heard about this actually.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've seen his dad has been a heel manager on the Indies for a while.
Dang.
In my head, I keep confusing Cena's dad with Matt Cardona's dad. That's a thing that does happen in my head. So
I met Cardona.
I mean the Z True Long Island story, like he was pretty involved in that. He was a bigger fan of John Morrison, I think. Was the
He's
story?
a bigger fan of anyone
That
that's
was
not
it.
his son.
That's true too. Like he was dressing like John Morrison and all this shit during the show. So
He was doing the pose.
yeah, he was
I
doing the
remember
pose a lot, and he's like, "What are you doing, Dad? Like, why aren't you supporting me?" So it was a whole bit that they did for a while.
On ECW. Was it on ECW?
No, this is when he was doing the web show.
Oh, on okay. I didn't
Yeah.
actually watch a lot of that. I know of it, but I didn't actually get the.
I think it's worth a rewatch.
Okay.
It's probably on the Peacock now.
Really? Did they take it off YouTube?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe I just
Okay.
feel like they put everything on the Peacock.
that. I doubt it's on Peacock.
Oh well. Either way. Guys, a lot of stuff going on here. You can go check it out at indiewrestling.us, including 3 shows from 880 over the last week alone. Jeez. Of course, we had the Thursday night fights. We had the legendary summer, including the big send off for Peyton Graham, the matriarchy Zegan Paris won the tag team championship to interesting response. I heard there was definitely a chant in there I never thought I was going to hear in professional wrestling locally that we can talk about on Patreon perhaps, but we won't be into that on the show. But it was a really fun show, and of course, Boom on the Bridge. We had some cameras out there. It was a nice kind of it was a fair board or something, but it was not a fair. It was kind of a fair. I don't know. It's not a Beaver County fair. It was just a street fair with a music festival and stuff. But it was a lot of fun there, and I know that kind of exposed to a lot of new people. So that's on there on the YouTube as well if you want to go check that out. A lot of other stuff. APWF, RWA, the returning 2PW and VCW. Go check out on all those shows. I think we've released about all of them for free now on YouTube, so you can go see that and see all that. Facade's a part of that. You had a big match with Ricardo Rodriguez, if I'm not mistaken, VCW, right?
Yeah, I love that match. The crazy little backstory, real quick, is I came from Texas, like a red eye, straight, like from the airport during intermission, got dressed, and we just like had our match. I felt like such a professional. I was like, wow, I can't.
You were like Ricky Steamboat in West Virginia.
I did. I felt so cool. I'm like, wow, I can't believe this worked so well, and I'm not even awake. This is crazy. But yeah, check it out, VCW. It's not the first time that me and Ricardo have done the dance, but yeah, they were all great matches actually.
Yeah, so that's coming back. Even though Beastman talked about the no ropes barbed wire match they're going to be doing on their return here in August. So that's going to be wild. And then Cowpoke and Gory, I think, is going to be the main event for the championship. So, and there's some highlights there of you and Ricardo. And I keep seeing stuff about his promotion, the Three Legacies. I know it's all like out in Lancaster, I think. So,
Yeah,
I know
Three Legacies is excellent. It really is.
Good.
Yep.
They did a show here, and I've seen.
They'll correct you, Lancaster.
Lancaster. Oh
If you're
man,
not from there, they're like,
Lancaster.
oh, Lancaster.
this is like how I always fuck up Latrobe.
Yeah,
Latrobe.
yeah, Latrobe,
I had a guy-
Carnegie.
downtown,
Carnegie.
downtown.
Carnegie.
Yeah, Carnegie. Yep. There you go.
That's wrong.
I should get Lancaster right because actually my cousin My cousin that went to dental school with Britt Baker just started her own practice out there.
Yeah.
So so I'm gonna have to. I'm sure when we have the next family meetup, I'll get corrected.
Yeah.
So you're up in Lancaster.
Yeah.
You know. Plus, also all of us with our Yinzer accents in my family. I've mostly escaped that. Thankfully, you should hear my mom. So
unless you're at a diner in the Bronx.
Oh yeah, apparently too. When I'm drunk in the middle of New York City in the Bronx, I get my accent made fun of.
Oh, you don't subdue it so well.
I don't know.
You're mindful of it when you're active, but whenever you start shutting down some parts,
I don't know what comes out, man. I don't know what comes out. I don't know what's I think it's just I don't even know if it's Yinzer. I think it's just I sound Midwestern. Is probably the thing. So
Pittsburgh gets such blame for being Midwest, and it's so.
Where are we Midwest? Are we
We're
Appalachia?
an island. I've always
island.
said that. Sometimes I felt like I was on an island, but I feel like we're an island because we're not quite the Midwest yet, but we're not quite the East Coast yet, and we're also not Lancaster. You know what I mean? So, but we're also Latrobe.
Yeah.
But we're also like a great waypoint to Toronto, Chicago, Ohio, all these things. But it's an island.
There was a point. It was my first gathering of the Juggalos in Toledo. I'm talking to this guy in line, and he's got like this thick accent.
My first one too,
he's like,
baby.
I'm like, brother, where are you from? He's like, Pennsylvania. I'm like, what? Oh shit! What part? Like the mountains? I'm like, oh, he had a mountain ass accent.
Sounds right.
I was like, okay, that
checks. Weird.
There you go. Yeah, there's like 4 different accents across Pennsylvania here.
Yeah.
So like Philly definitely sounds different, right?
Philly's so crazy too. And like a little bit of Jersey into it or something. It's like Pittsburgh and Jersey, but it's got a little like
what is that?
Like
what is that stuff?
Like a little yuck to it.
A little yuck to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little nasty.
A little Philly if you're nasty.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh does not have a Midwestern nice accent. It's from Tina in Seattle, who lived in Ohio, I believe, around Cincinnati.
Ohio's definitely got more of a Midwest. And when you go,
when
you go to Michigan, it's a different than the Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
The Hoosier accent's different, but they're both like you can tell you're in the Midwest then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're in deep Midwest at that point. So.
That twang comes.
I don't know what that's gonna. This is the part where I'm supposed to ask you questions, but we can start out with talking about crazy accents. That's fine. It's over. I don't know. The chat room seems to be enjoying it right now. God, some guy named John. Of course, I won, but he would skip over that from 880 last week. Yeah, you won, John. I got a post. He gave me a flyer. I think it was a cease and desist actually.
Hey, did you notice that there's somebody coming in to 880 like in a couple weeks?
Yes, there's an Abaddon's coming. Too.
Maybe Abaddon can fuck up John a little bit. What?
Well,
oh, okay.
Hey, wait. But shout out to John for his survivalist skills because he
that's true.
So he's faced death in the face and he said, "Come at me, bro."
Yeah.
Now, Abaddon, his death's so incarnate or something.
What every hero needs is a villain like Abaddon.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll see how leaders by example do with that. This is the thing he gave me the other night, by the way. Official note, 880 Wrestling's legendary summer. Your behavior during this show is in violation of local decency ordinances. The TNF champion has kindly requested that you abide by the following community guidelines during his upcoming title defense. No swearing, no chanting new champ, no consumption of alcohol or illicit substances. Oh, you're in the wrong building, pal. No counting along with the official. Failure to adhere to these policies may result in your expulsion from the building and the seizure of all money, drug paraphernalia, and alcohol in your possession at the time of the infraction. This message is brought to you by the leaders of by example as approved by TNF champion, some guy named John.
Dude's always trying to kill the vibe, man.
I know, right? And where does he? He must does he work at Kinko's? There's always flyers.
Yeah, I also think he embezzles the things he takes.
What's that?
I think he takes the things and he keeps them. He doesn't, give them to the authorities.
He's the highest one there. I mean,
not all at once. He,
I mean,
maybe he recirculates them on some black market, dark web. I don't know.
I'll keep an eye if there's some powder on that mustache.
Whoa, I was just talking about alcohol.
Oh,
cigarettes. A single.
Yeah, nothing like that, Sorg. Jeez.
I mean, yep.
He didn't say drugs. He said paraphernalia.
He did say paraphernalia.
Specific words. Very wise of you. I thought that when I first seen him. Like he said,
it's
alcohol and paraphernalia.
That's true.
Very
We're not insinuating anything.
very, very lawyered. Very, very lawyered.
Hey, look this over real quick. Make sure I'm not getting us in trouble.
Remember, always add allegedly to whatever you just said.
Speculation has
Purely speculation is that he might be Dusty. I'm just, whatever. Either way, I'm creating a vibe. He says in the chat room. Oh, jeez. You're not a guest on this show, John. Come on. Facade, what's good with you?
I don't know, man. Just hanging out on the couch.
We have nothing to talk about. We just wanted to hang out. Actually, we're like, you want to go get lunch or you want to come on the podcast? And we pick the podcast.
Sure.
This is how we hang out.
Why not both?
That's right. Yeah. There's nothing to promote. Yeah. There's no reason otherwise.
I'm doing stuff. You can see me on the Insta.
You're all over the place.
I'm like, stuff happens.
What's some crazy shit that you've done lately that we're allowed to talk about?
That's a good question. I wrestled in Vancouver for the first time. It's cool.
Okay.
Cool scene up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know which. Oh wait, Vancouver's north of Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pacific Northwest. So they had some Seattle kids up there too and everything.
Nice.
Yeah. Very cool. Very got to do some training up there too. Very nice scene. Very nice area. It really reminds me of Pittsburgh.
I understand it reminds everybody of every city. That's what they film so much there.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
But like everybody dresses like us and stuff. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people.
Oh, is Vancouver the Midwest of Canada?
It's the West Coast, West.
Okay.
Like, on the water.
No, I meant vibe-wise.
Vibe-wise, yeah. Because it, flannels and it rains like it does here often and stuff. So, but yeah, just been hanging and banging, having some good matches, some JCW stuff here and there. Some BCW. There was the Sabu match that we had at the last BCW match that went off very well.
That's Battleground
Championship Wrestling at the ECW Arena. Yep. Their next one actually is July 12th. They got Ninja Mac and Ruckus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ninja Mac, who did that crazy backflip.
Yeah.
Infinite backflip.
Yeah.
In Japan.
And Ruckus, man, Ruckus has been like killing it, like especially at Battleground because he's just on a new level again. He told me I'm ready for you, Facade. Let's go. I'm like, oh, dude, really? Like calling me out?
Ruckus. God, where did I see Ruckus? Has he been in the area? Like, he rings a bell, but I can't think that I've seen him recently.
No, maybe just out there in Maryland.
I mean, it must be just like
or
random
GCW.
shows.
He does GCW too.
That might be GCW. Yeah. Because I know he's popped up on a couple of things that I filmed somewhere along the line there. So very, very cool. Awesome. Sorry, catching up with the chat room. They're still talking about John.
He's creating a vibe.
John is creating some sort of vibe.
Cultivate the chat
room. Is it a good
room
vibe?
Us,
is it
better be a good vibe?
He says he
can't confiscate anything in the chat room, so let him be.
Yeah, that's true. He says he's suing for libel. I hear that's going around on Facebook. This piece of
make
shit.
Sure you're using make sure you're not using AI.
Yeah, make sure you're not using the AI with that too. Ruckus is known in the CZW early scene too. That might be where he popped up for me. Okay, cool, very cool. Yeah, sorry, I'm catching up here. So I think Gronk is asking me things now. I'm sorry.
Asking I'm still if you're still there, bro.
I'm still throwing that Rizz went to school with Gronk. Was Pat McAfee at your school too?
No. No. Pat McAfee is in another area than me, than where we are.
I don't know, man. It's all that side of the city.
It's all on the side of the city, but it's on the further side of the city. On the other side of the on the other side of Monroe.
Is there a bridge or a tunnel between you and it?
Probably a bridge.
Probably a bridge.
I think one we have to go under to get there.
Either way. We're going to take a break. We've got a lot this first half. What?
Nothing, sir.
All right. We're going to take a break.
I need to discuss this with you during intermission.
Oh, we're having an intermission discussion? What's happening? I'm going to hear the real Gronk stories here after in a minute here. You guys will catch it on the Patreon feed, perhaps. Guys, we're here with Neon Ninja Facade. We'll be right back after these messages.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
We are back. It's the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We had some of that sweet sponsor pizza.
Slice.
Rizz is here. Mad Mike is here. And the Neon Ninja Facade. We're just hanging out. We're just having a good time. We're just catching up. By the way, two things over the break. Just randomly, we were talking about something while you had stepped out for a moment there, Facade. And I thought you'd be interested to know that Stranglemania. Yes, that's Stranglemania.
Love it.
Is probably influential in both of our wrestling-related careers. It is available for free on the Internet Archive.
Oh, like just on YouTube.
Well, it's also on YouTube too, but the Internet Archive is the Library of Congress collection of materials.
Of course, it's in the Library of
I don't
Congress.
even know about that.
You don't know about the
I gotta get schooled
yeah.
on that, too.
Oh, look at that, man! They got video games, they got videos, pictures, like a lot of stuff that's out of copyright.
Oh, so it just goes into a pile.
Well,
online.
also, like we were submitting these shows since we're Creative Commons. We were for a while submitting old Wrestling Mayhem shows to the Library of Congress as well, because then it's archived by the government,
Yeah.
right? So
it exists in perpetuity.
I think you can find some old wrestling on there too, actually. So it's worth taking a look at, you know. And they actually, if you can go on there, they actually have in-browser emulators, so you can play old video games too.
There goes my night.
There you go. Like Sonic the Hedgehog is in there, you know, randomly.
I have almost all of them on PS4 because I have like Sonic Mania.
No, there's that
Yes.
too. Yeah. So, okay, where were we? You guys said to ask Gronk, our AI friend Gronk that we
Our new
developed
friend.
in the AI Grok on Twitter. Asked him about this podcast. God, it's always the same part. Yo, bro, it's your boy Gronk, ready to slam some answer, spiking a football in the end zone. Did he already do this already? Hyped up a Raw buzz, talking to Ultimate Warrior and Jag Bells. Now you're talking about Wrestling Mayhem Show podcast, dude. It's like trading the gridiron for a square circle, and I'm here for it. Let's dive into Wrestling Podcast Party like we're tailgating at a Jags game in Duval. What the fuck?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, that's Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's something. Yeah, it's the usual. So 5 and format weekly shows. What's it about? I guess they bring in big names like TNA stars, WWE legends, and Ring of Honor vets. Hey, you're technically a Ring of Honor vet.
It's true.
That's true.
I worked for him like over a year.
You did.
Is Gronk listening? Is Gronk listening?
By the way,
to us right now?
we didn't talk about this. Thank you, because I just watched your Ring of Honor match the other day, because I'm doing a big catch up for like the last month I've been traveling,
something,
and
yeah.
there you are again with another giant Indian fellow.
The legacy continues.
Have-
I love it. I
Have
was
you
so-
watched this match back?
I did.
They put over one, your Ring of Honor career,
Yep.
and then 2, going to India with the Great Khali School. I thought was
I
impressive.
was very happy with
As you were getting slam dunked by a giant.
Yeah, yeah. I loved it too, because like I'm like, man, getting chopped is it hurts in the moment, but you can sell it so nice, and so
Yeah.
I'm just like dancing in my pants, because like I don't really get to like get beat up like that. I get put
Yeah.
in other kind
It
of.
was a pretty squash match. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
but-
like, what else are you going to do with that big guy?
But I mean,
Mhm.
like I'm in these like pew, 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 fast matches too
Yeah,
often, and
yeah.
so like I don't get big guy, little guy matches to where I get a chance to sell like that. So yeah, I had a good time, and I was so excited that I got to do increase that Indian legacy of mine, or what have you. But also one of the first times I did extra work at AEW was actually one of the first times he was there.
Okay.
And Big Show pulled me in the ring, and we were actually going over stuff.
Okay.
So it was kind of a nice full circle thing, actually.
Nice.
That he's showing me I was a bump dummy or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Well, we get to work, and, everything." So it's kind of cool.
Let's talk about that, because I think a fan perception is when they see like you pop up on a Ring of Honor and just become, like you said, a bump dummy for the match and
Yeah.
get it kind of squashed, on this thing. Like that's not a terrible night for you, right?
No.
Like that is like, again, you're getting paired with this guy. They're trusting you to make him look good.
Yeah.
He seems quite like more athletic than Kali was.
Yeah.
Right. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, like that's
And he knows all those guys too, like
Mhm.
Shanky and Dalip or Great Khali, however you refer to him.
Mhm.
And, I think that's one thing too, because like I think you were saying, like the enhancement matches or whatever, they people think that you're just a bump dummy or whatever, but that's not. It's how you play it. Like you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like making them look good and like selling as much as you can, and and not even that I was going into the business for myself, but I was getting so much sympathy because he was just beating me up, and it was entertaining to watch. There's people and there people in Norfolk know me. I've wrestled in Virginia and in the area, so it was people were coming for me, and yet he was still getting cheered also. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And I think it's technically a heel. I can't remember how they've been playing him lately. And
no, I think since he's came back from his injury, he's on his own, and he's a baby face.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just like a big spectacle baby face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. He's being put in a nice position where he's like shining on his own.
And then they're obviously trying to figure out where to put him with things as things have been realigned and everything. Because I think they pretty much broke up that faction.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal's been pretty independent, I know, popping up on Ring of Honor matches. So
Yeah. I haven't seen Sanjay aligned with anyone, right?
no.
Yeah.
So just laughing in the background of RJ's stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Flipping a pencil.
Flipping the pencil. So no, yeah, I'm glad we got to touch base on that. Because I remember when it happened, and I saw your post, and then like several weeks later, I finally got to it.
Yeah,
because that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I do that big catch up before the pay per view usually.
I do too, actually. And then I'm like, okay, I'm prepped. I'm like, and also, well, not with Ring of Honor, but you could fast forward through the commercials.
Actually, I do, because usually I'm seeing commercials for a show that's already happened.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, no,
well,
I don't need to see. I don't need to see Double or Nothing commercials.
Yep.
I can skip 2 minutes on this thing. I'm good to go. Kind of situation. I'm doing actually the similar thing. Now I'm catching up on NXT. Then I realize, oh no, I need to catch up on TNA because it's the same story. So I'm swapping between them, between my TNA Plus and my Netflix.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting game to play. So I'm about halfway through Against All Odds.
That was the last one, right?
Yeah. Elijah was against Trick in that one. So
Casey
I
ended up banging up his knee or something.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh no.
In that one, yeah. Doing a suicide dive, he dislocated his knee, so he was out for a little.
Oh no, I'm not up to that match. They just had a promo that was way too long. It seems to happen with those setups. So
yeah, I don't remember the promo.
Yeah, but it was literally a thing I was watching. I think I got my switcher mixed up. But I think it's the thing I was watching like today while I was working. So, but either way, that's been really nice to kind of catch up on all that kind of stuff. I'm in my mind, I'm going to do a big catch up of the last 3 months of New Japan because I know they did a tournament. We'll see how that goes. Like I haven't even seen the Chicago show. I heard so much about the Chicago show, and I haven't been able to see it yet. So from like 2 months ago. So wrestling's hard to catch up on, but it's like it's kind of nice though that like we have these other things that like it's okay if you're not on top of it and you can go back and go through. You don't feel like you missed much. Yeah. So and then pay attention to the high level stuff like maybe all in a couple weeks and what's been going on with WWE lately with the John Cena stuff because that's obviously the top of the mindset for everything else. And then you don't mind where it's just like, who the hell is this person on NXT? I cannot get involved. I tried. It's too much. That's like my limit at this point, or LFG and all that kind of stuff.
I started watching LFG, but I had it on in the background on accident, and then I'm like, no, this is kind of interesting. I want to watch this, so then I never started watching it again. And Evolve, I forget when it's on actually. I see a lot of clips of it.
Wednesdays, I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's Wednesdays
on Pluto or
Tubi. It's on Tubi, but if you got a nice VPN for your Netflix, it's also on YouTube.
Oh.
So if you also got the YouTube Premium, it's kind of nice. So there's that. But again, it's like I don't think there's like a real audience there and stuff. Like it's like even more performance centery, and there's some people on there I want to see, but it's just hard to capture it. It's a difficult watch at this point. So. I'm sure it's getting better, but I was watching some early episodes and I just couldn't get with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe they're gonna change the format or so after they got the wheels going and put it in with more like a live crowd or something. Or what do they do? The Coco loops or things like that.
Oh, like the Armory shows or something they could do. Well, they're already integrating. I know a lot of the characters are popping up on, including the whoever their authority figure is popping up on NXT. So they're cross pollinating a little bit there, and they're saying, oh, tomorrow.
Wasn't the authority figure Luca Cruz?
It's some girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some blonde girl with an accent. That's all I know. I can't keep up on names.
Stevie Turner?
That might be. That sounds about right.
Yeah, because she was with Robert Stone in NXT.
Robert Stone is now a sheriff or something. They were doing a Santino and him are having a match for the authority in at Against All Odds for TNA. So I thought it was interesting. My favorite part, though, you'll appreciate this, Mike. You will too, Facade. There was a match with Robert Stone, and Tom on commentary was lamenting how we got this relationship with NXT, and they sent us Robert Stone. If you guys remember Robbie E, this is him. We couldn't even get somebody cool like DJ Z. I was like, what?
I was gonna say.
There you go. So,
It's been a while.
Sorry,
It's been a while.
I watched that one yesterday, and that popped me so hard. Get a DJ Z reference in 2025.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
So, good stuff there.
By the way, you know who would have fit in really well to bromance? Gronk.
Damn it.
Can you imagine the tag team of Gronk and Jessie Godderz?
Is he one of the American Gladiators they announced?
Jesse Godderz, yeah. Mr. Spectacular.
He is. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great.
It's
That's
going to be
wonderful.
tremendous. It's. I really hope it's not shot as deep reality show as the last one was, because I hated the editing on it.
Oh, I know. They should
Like-
just shoot it exactly like the old one from
Yeah.
Can we just shoot it sports style, please? Like I guess American Ninja Warrior style would be okay. Yeah, better bring the old.
I want to see
music
the
back.
return of Rico Constantino.
Yeah. I
That's
saw
what
him
I
at a
want.
con, and I wanted to ask him about it so bad, but like,
I'm like, dude, did they call
had
you
the
up for
courage.
this? Like, come
Yeah.
on, right?
well, not even that. Just like I want to be like, I've got so many questions.
Okay, back up. For those who don't know, Rico, like the Rico from Billy and Chuck. Okay. To me. Yes. That one was a contestant, and I believe one of the winners
He won.
of
Yes.
America. Well, did you win the entire thing?
Yes,
The
yes.
entire
Yeah.
season?
Yes, I think it was the first or second season. It was very
Yeah. He was like, because they
He was
always
a Las Vegas police officer.
Yep.
Yeah, all this stuff, and yeah,
He
it was a
walked
stud.
so Casey Catanzaro could run.
a lot of mercy.
or flip and climb, I guess, right? So wherever you do a Ninja Warrior kind of situation.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. Tina's calling out the TNA Plus also has a free tier now. It looks like they are because I saw it pop up when I was in here. TNA Plus. It looks like you can watch like at least through most of May of Impact at least, so you can go like it's doing that. You know how like Peacock has like SmackDown from a month ago or something like that. Like they're doing the same thing with Impact for the free tier. So at least like if you want to catch up, and again, if you're not worried about the timeliness of it and just want to see what's going on over there, it's a nice kind of access point for anybody who wants to check that
By
out.
the way, Sorg, bit of a fact check here. 'cause
Yes.
That's what I do.
Yes.
Rico in the Grand Championship of American Gladiators came up short, losing by 7 points, which translates to 3.5 seconds to Craig Branham. So he didn't win the Grand Championship.
But he won
Take it back.
several
He
episodes.
did
Take it
win
back.
several
Take
episodes.
it back.
Yes.
I don't believe that. I believed that for so many years. I don't believe you. Is that Wikipedia? They made that up.
That's Wikipedia. I believe it. I believe it. Well, it says he was the champion for the first half of the 1990-1991 season.
Well, there you go.
First half.
So he was there for a while.
That's
He was there
crazy
for a
that
while.
that was that like elongated the first half.
Mhm.
Like okay, because that's like it's a tournament style. It's like
Mhm.
brackets with points and stuff. You know.
It's
yeah.
in. You ever watch the documentary on Netflix?
I haven't yet.
Oh man,
There's a Netflix and a 30 for 30.
is there a 30 for
Yeah,
30?
yeah.
Oh, I want to check that too. It's probably on the Disney
it's
app
on
or whatever, right?
ESPN Plus.
Yes. I'll have to look that up then. It is kind of wild because the thing I didn't know about American Gladiators was how much it you know, a lot of the problems with it are like a lot of the pro wrestling problems,
Yeah.
right? Except they're on such an interesting scale. I didn't realize how deep this they did a live tour that was not televised. And they toured around everywhere. I think I remember seeing I remember the American Gladiators being at like the Canton Fair or whatever, the big fair they have over in Ohio. I'm seeing it advertised and they were going to be there and stuff. And I think they did a live show like somewhere in the Youngstown area. But yeah, like they toured so hard, and it was like they would get hurt and never come back, and they would just replace them and keep moving. Like it was very, and at one point, like I guess like notice like the third or fourth season, like all the gladiators were new because a lot of them said you need to pay us more, or because it was one of those like they had these contracts, they didn't get anything from those action figures or video games
And they saw how
for
much
their
money was being
likenesses.
made hand
Yeah,
over fist.
so they stepped up and they're just like, you're gone, and they just hired a new bunch of them, and they were all like
I do remember like there's almost all but a couple that left.
yeah,
right?
yeah, like it was crazy, and they brought one back as a host later.
Yeah.
Like
Nitro.
yeah, Nitro. The end was
Yep.
Nitro. Yeah, yeah. So like the story is pretty wild, pretty unfortunate for a lot of them. But like it was a really good. It was like something like a 3 or 4 part documentary they did on Netflix.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a
Okay.
watch if you grew up on that stuff.
Also, Bubba,
I went deep down the rabbit hole.
Oh, here we go. I love we got the research department back.
I heard it was created by a professional wrestler. Like the concept.
I don't know about that.
Bubba Ray Dudley talks about it all the time. He's like, yeah, there's a guy in Florida. He just passed away, I think. Like Chief something. I'm not sure his name.
I mean, it's
He,
American
that he-
Gladiators.
that
I
he
don't
came
think
up with the.
they invented the concept of Gladiators. I'm pretty sure that was like
No, I mean that he made it into the game and pitched it to someone.
no. But
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
so I found. You guys remember Superstar American Gladiators?
No.
It was apparently an hour-long, one-off celebrity primetime special, where it was teams from ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox.
Why is it listed on Turner Classic Movies?
I
What is
mean,
this?
It had the female doctor from Scrubs representing the ABC team with the older brother from Family Matters. I don't know. It's just weird seeing these teams. Like Slater was on Team NBC,
Oh wow.
which is very funny to me. But I feel like we should. I feel like Amazon Prime. I know you're listening. Miz, also, we know you're listening. I think we should bring this back and have team streamers.
Mm-hmm.
Have a Netflix team, have a Hulu team, have a Disney Plus team, and have an Amazon
Wait.
Prime stream.
Oh, streaming. Okay, I thought you meant like
Make it happen.
No,
They'll
Twitch
never
streaming.
put
no.
Um,
No. I show
Like Mr.
deserve to
Beast.
make more money.
Mr.
No,
Beast
fuck-
comes out.
Fuck all of them. Fuck all of them. I'm talking
Justine comes out. Also local connection. I'm sure this was covered somehow in the documentary, and I forgot about it. But according to Wikipedia, the Gladiator concept was originally created in 1982, where the guy they hosted the show, financed and produced the original competition at Erie Tech High School in Erie,
Yes.
Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
What the hell? So, and later they took the concept to Samuel Golden Company, MGM, and did, it developed into what it was.
Dan Carr. Yeah.
Sorg.
That
Dan Carr.
Yeah,
Dan-
wrestler.
Okay.
Sorg.
A wrestler named Dan Carr.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Sorg, have you heard who these new gladiators are?
I've seen some lists. Yes. You want to share that with our audience, because I don't think we talked about it on the show yet.
Nice.
Fucking Boogs is a gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
Rick
Hell yeah.
Boogs, baby.
Boogs.
Woo.
And also, as we said, Mr. Spectacular and friend of the show Wardlow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Friend of the show Wardlow and
Not the
and
first American Gladiator from the show.
no, but not by any means.
No, we talked to several from the NBC revival.
Yeah.
And also Camille. So if you've been wondering where she's been,
I think she's been
On
legitimately
AEW.
injured though. Like I think that's why she's been off AEW, but obviously has lined up for this.
by the way, she was fantastic in that Queen of the Ring.
Oh, she was. Yes. Have you
Because
seen?
I never got to talk about that on the main show, but if you haven't seen that movie, when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray, I think it's available on stream already.
Yeah, I
Go
think
see it.
you can.
It's phenomenal.
You can rent it for $6 right now on Google, so it should be about everywhere right now. I don't know who's going to get the streaming rights. I didn't see who the distributor was necessarily. Queen of the Ring. Yeah. Have you had a chance to see it?
Uh-uh.
It's do you watch Heels at all? It's the same vibe.
Okay.
Which makes sense considering the casting.
Like
But
throwbacky.
yeah, it's Heels, but more throwbacky. Yes. It's pretty good. It's definitely not as heavy as the Von Erich movie. Holy shit.
Oh God, no.
No. And did you enjoy the cameos on that, Mike?
Yes, very much so.
At least at least one friend of the show was in there. So
Mhm.
yes. So
Yeah, no, it was a really good, really good.
hmm yeah. So it was pretty cool. A lot of Mae Young stuff in there too. Oh no, I don't know.
The actress playing Mae Young killed.
Oh yeah,
Like
she was great.
almost stole the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Almost stole the entire movie.
For a moment, I thought it was going to be a Mae Young flick. Actually, after a while, yeah.
Honestly, I would watch it.
Can we get a Mae Young flick, please?
Sure, but
it sounds like it'd be wild.
You'd have to skirt over a lot of Moolah stuff.
Well, I think it's part of the story, unfortunately. So, like, you have to integrate it somehow. So, it doesn't have to be positive for everybody involved. I mean, look what they did with the promoter that was promoting Mildred. I mean, oof, that was rough. So, by the way, fact check the ending of that movie. It's not, let's just say inspired and not based on the true story. There's a lot
amalgamated
of
version.
it's it's just like I didn't go down that way, kind of stuff. Wow. So when you go look at what happened, it's just very well. It's the Von Erich movie
wasn't exactly
omitted an entire brother.
Yeah,
so they're just like, there were only how many? By the way, follow up here, T-Pop in the chat. Hope he doesn't mind me calling him that. I heard it a lot over the weekend. The guy who invented American Gladiators is also a strength and conditioning coach at Team 3D Wrestling Academy. There's your connection. That's it.
Boom.
There you go. Anyways, I'm gonna get off.
I love American Gladiators, so I got to show respect.
I mentioned the free tier on TNA Plus. By the way, there is a complete history of Abyss and TNA. That's 3 hours and 18 minutes. That may be worth a watch.
Did that just come out? That just come out?
Yeah, that just came out.
What a coinky dink!
Yeah. Oh, TNA.
That's what they're doing.
TNA is always on it.
Yeah.
Social media has always been there. Will always be there. It doesn't matter what is happening in the world of professional wrestling. If they have sneezed in the Impact Zone, their social media team will say, "Hey, do you want to see this guy sneeze in the Impact Zone? Here you go."
I've been taking on. I don't know if you've noticed. I've been taking on very similar aspects with indie wrestling.us. Have you seen the YouTube lately?
It's business.
I forgot what all we had rights to because there's some things we license that we haven't produced. Some VOW showing up, for instance. So I'm gonna pull a couple of your matches here in the near future. You had some wild ones down there. But it is like, okay, like I found an old Willow match. I don't remember ever seeing Willow this young. Like it's a baby. Yeah, it's one of those Queen of the Ring tournaments that they did against Britt, actually. So Jordan Grace was here a lot more often than I realized.
I remember that.
So there's a RWA show with her and Jonathan Gresham were on there, which never clicked to me then. So I didn't know who she was. So and it's a 3-way with Brandon Scott and Sanjay Dutt. So there's a lot of play there. So Sanjay was there for a while. Was a regular. Amazing Red was there a lot too. Those were good days.
What, VOW?
RWA.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. There was some pretty good Sanjay and Amazing Red matches that went down for their cruiserweight belt. So, anyways, I'm going down a rat hole here. I'm here for the Heart of Soul and 205 Live rivalry revived in TNA's image. What?
Oh yeah,
what is this?
Ali and who else in TNA? They rekindled
Cedric.
Oh, the Cedric. Yeah, I haven't got to the Cedric comeback yet. I'm waiting.
Heart and Soul,
I'm not there yet.
Which is funny because I thought Cedric would be going to AEW.
He just had a match on Against All Odds with Jason Hotch, who's one of his group people, because they're having infighting because he lost something. I think he lost the whole Mike Santana feud and has been going off and like pushing around Tasha Steelz and stuff, and they're having a whole deal there. So it's really interesting with that. So no, good stuff there. No, TNA's been really rocking it lately.
Now they have. So what he's saying is so after Against All Odds this past TV, they had Cedric and Ali interacting.
Yeah. I'm here for that. Yeah. I'm fucking here for that. So,
they had a match while they were in Pittsburgh. No spoilers, but it's good stuff.
Yeah, I hear there's going to be a lot of fun stuff from Pittsburgh. So that's another reason why I want to catch up. So I get to that since I was out of town. So yeah, it sounds like it was great. God, that was a night. like we I think we talked about last week. That was a night like that Saturday night had that art like Impact was in town, RWA, IWC, and maybe another show, and then the next day was APWF. Like it was a fucking busy weekend, and everybody seemed to do well. You know that I'm aware of at least. So like that was pretty incredible to see. And then I'm out of town, dude. But no, that's always a lot of fun to see. Like I actually got a text. They needed cord wranglers for TNA.
Yeah.
And one of my guys hit me up that works there. And I'm just like, he's like, you have anybody? I'm like, bro, there's 3 other wrestling shows in town. Everybody's booked. Literally everybody is booked.
Yeah.
And I'm in Michigan with everybody else you could have booked.
Yeah.
So because I brought all the wrestling crew with me to Michigan to do a non-wrestling event.
Dang.
So because that's who I trust, you know.
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
Like what a fucking night, you know. It's like, sorry TNA, I can't provide you with anybody.
You could have hung out with me and set up the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, shout out Tessa Blanchard's blog. You can see she does a thing about setting up the ring and everything that people do, you know, in and around the ring and whatever the hell setting up.
T-Pop's pointing out Facade's match with Swerve at VOW back in the day.
Oh yeah, there was a couple of those. Yeah,
I keep forgetting he was here, but there's a couple IWC ones too.
Yeah, we had 2 matches there, and then it was like the best 2 out of 3, or it was a time limit, and that's when the introduction of Danny Moe first came out, because she came out and she was slapping on the ring apron and chanting 5 more minutes, and then everybody else came around the ring and was chanting 5 more minutes, and
well, I'm gonna put that all on the list
that
now.
Was the first the issue 1 of Danny Moe.
Oh, it was Shane Strickland takes on somebody that we can't post at one point. We'll talk about that later. Let's see what ACH Strickland and ACH is on here. Ooh,
I didn't know that.
This is all. By the way, this is all up there. Like you can. A lot of this is free with the ABC stuff. VOW's on the network. So, but we're obviously we're going to pull some of these matches so more people can kind of get a look at it. Super Indie 11 or I'm sorry, 12. Sorry, Roman Noodles got confused.
Ramen noodles got me confused.
I got Shane Strickland and Elias, actually, Logan Strullo back in the day on the list here. Oh, wow. There's a lot more than I expected. Cool, we're going to play
There's
that
one with 450 in Strickland, maybe, when the ropes broke. Was it I know it was Ali, but who else was it?
That's when Ali, Ali was still doing the
top rope bomb.
Yeah, he was doing like the flying carpet and all that stuff. Like he was doing like the really like stereotype stuff at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's wild to see how far he's come. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in there. But it's almost like I kind of don't want to post it because it's such a different version of him. So
that's true.
I don't know his take on that era for him because I don't think he's a fan of it.
That's true.
So, but I think so. I could be wrong.
I didn't even think of that. I just thought the ring broke, and then they still made great use of it, and that's what I was thinking of.
Remember when Wardlow broke the top rope, hopping on the ring for like a 6 or 8 man tag with like the STDs or something?
No.
This is like in Royal Valley or Clearfield or something.
There,
So it was just like he popped up and just, did the general like jump up, grab the ropes. I think barely put any pressure on him and just went. Oh. So they just did the entire tag match with no top rope. It's like, and again, it's like a 6 or 8 man tag. So it's just like tag, step over the rope, awkwardly.
So he was getting onto the apron or getting over the ring?
He was getting onto the apron. He just did like that
the big boy jump.
Yeah, he did the big boy jump.
And he grabbed
the rope and it just went bonk. Like he barely touched it. I'm pretty sure. And just everything just collapsed. And it's just like, well, here we are, So
he doesn't know his own might.
Yeah, it was. I think relatively. I don't know, he probably might have had LeBar with him at the time, so he was, still early Wardlow.
Yeah. But
still, it's just like, well, that's great for your story, That's great for your
I broke the ring.
He just like he's so big, bad, and hardcore. He broke the top rope, just hopping up on the ring. So
adds to the lore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
At least it happened with him and not like the littlest guy in the ring.
Yep.
So. It happens for a reason, So it's like the time Heavy Metal Jesus broke out the ceiling at that VFW.
Oh,
early
in Uniontown?
In Uniontown, and it came down like a cross on hard cam, and I'm just like, and then he like took the cross off the casket and
Jesus.
beat somebody with it. Heavy metal Jesus, baby.
Yeah, right.
I was like, yeah, it was. Oh yeah, Ryan Mitchell. He was trying to power drive Ryan Mitchell.
Yeah.
His feet went up into
Yeah.
the drop ceiling. You know, I think
it was
I
a
think
drop
you had
ceiling. It was a drop ceiling, and it had the metal. Like that. Gory tried to have a match with Sabu in that on that show.
Yep.
And like I do mean
There's so many stories from just that show.
And me and Kincaid ended up having a submissions match because I knew better that I wasn't going to be able to do anything if Gory and Sabu wasn't going to be able to do anything. So I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna dilly dally. Yeah.
Oh my God. True Prince of Pros are freaking IWC historian. Oh God, wrong thing. That's just something else. Yeah, Swerve and Mr. 450 wrestled IWC, and the top rope broke like a minute into the match.
Oh, Swerve
and they took the top rope down and kept wrestling.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the finish was a dive off the second rope too.
Yeah, it was. It's a 450, I think.
Oh my God.
Me and Mecca were talking about that on the JCW tour. Yeah, we're like, dude, yeah. I was there when it broke, and you guys kept going. I'm like, I never had that. I had a middle rope break on me. Me and Matt Connor at ASW, and but no, I never had a top rope. I wouldn't know it would be different. I
was filming that main event last Sunday with Rhino and Vince Valor out there in Indiana, PA, and I had flashbacks because I was ringside for it. You know when I had flashbacks of, right?
Jacob's Pavilion.
Jacob's Pavilion.
Yeah.
When him and Rhino and Jason Bain
Boom.
destroyed the ring, it collapsed.
PWO was
going into intermission. They might have been Prime Wrestling then, but still.
Wrestling,
yeah. That was.
And it was so perfect. Everybody's like, was that supposed to happen?
Oh yeah, there's guys like coming up there. Was like, was that supposed to happen? I was like, bro, do you see the look on his face over there right now? Like, I don't think it's supposed to happen.
It was. Couldn't.
It was scary, and
it would be hard to rig something like that on an indie level.
I know, and it was the cross being what do you call it, the cable, right? Broke off, like the connector broke in the corner, like, and they were like trying to figure out if they like had to weld this thing or something on the spot. I don't know what the solution was, but I was very scared to be close to that ring on camera the rest of the show. So you were in a casket match in the opening.
Me and Gory were like, holy crap, we're in a year-long feud for this title, and we're in the opening match. We were afraid. We're like, are we okay to do crazy stuff in this first match? We're like, yeah, okay. We're taking Hurricane. This casket was raw inside. It would look like a casket, like it should, but it was raw inside. Not finished, I mean. It was like plywood.
Very splintery.
Splintery as hell. So we're like, just looking at it before the show, I'm like, okay, well, what if he dies, he dies. So we're like doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
You did a power driver into that thing.
Power driver. I gave him the Rashikage driver. He gave me Hurricanrana into it. You know, we're both in there fighting at one point and like tussling and having a great time.
You can't tell now because they fixed it since. But my camera had a problem. We had a color problem on it because these things had like our like the red, green, blue, the component things, and we had an adapter that I fit in my pocket. That's how we were running it back then. That wasn't my setup, but I had the cameras. I ended up buying the cameras off the guy and used them for a while. And
just because you were so used to them and you liked them.
Well, yeah, but just I needed like cameras, and we picked them up. I think we shot wrestling for a while on them actually. When I was still doing DV tapes and S video and all that kind of stuff, like a decade and a half ago, right? But they were good high-end cameras for the time. So during the pay-per-view, and remember the casket was on my side, my camera side.
Yeah, like
guess what you didn't have a shot of during the pay-per-view. When they posted it later on TV, they fixed it and put the other shot in. But if you bought the pay-per-view, and this is like what, Go Fight Live or something back then, right? Yeah. It was one of the first like internet pay-per-views I think we were involved with. And like when Ring of Honor was on Go Fight Live and they kept fucking it up, and that's why I'm like, we're not doing streaming until we figure this out.
Yeah, no one
that's why I waited so long. Huh?
No one could get Wi-Fi correct.
Nobody could get it, man. Like it just wasn't there for the cost, and then even Ring of Honor could figure out. And they had
pay-per-views every week.
Yeah, they had it
Like,
all
their
the
stuff was
time.
basically pay-per-views.
Yeah, so I next time I have a chance to work with Mark, I need to ask him about those days because I have so many questions now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so you guys are doing all the spots in the casket, and all they have is the hard cam
I
and
never
the
knew
other
that.
side.
I never knew
You
that.
wouldn't know because you would look back like
I only
unless
first
you
saw it on
literally
the
watched the
DVD.
pay-per-view. Yeah, you watched the DVD. They would have he
and I
posted
saw
it.
it, but yeah, okay.
Yep. If you got that on the pay-per-view, you did not get a good shot of basically the first half of the show. I think we fixed it for the second half. While we had so much time for the ring to get fixed.
I mean, while we're at it.
So, and I loved, I remember I went to the director and I was like, you get that clip and you put it on YouTube immediately. Because everybody's going to be talking about it. And it did. It did thousands of hits on their YouTube. And
That was a big deal then.
that was a huge deal.
Yeah.
That was, it was
especially because they had their regional TV deal and stuff.
Mhm.
And so just,
they were on Sportsnet Ohio at the time, and it was Rhino, who's still, I think maybe it was in between WWE Impact spots,
I
maybe
think
at the
he was
time.
with Impact at the time, yeah.
That makes sense. So he still had a lot of cachet at the time, and Baines was another huge dude, So it's but either way.
Bigger than Rhino in some instances.
Oh, he was.
He's taller.
He's taller,
and
yeah.
He's quite wide himself.
Dude,
he can move.
When the guys hit the ring and the ring moves, it's scary. Well, hey, real quick, let's give a shout out to people viewing this flashback fest that we're having here. Slice on Broadway supporting Pittsburgh podcast with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Thank you so much to those guys. SliceOnBroadway.com, the best cheese pizza in the world.
Fuller ate all the cheese pizza? Fuller ate all the cheese pizza? Buzz ate all the cheese pizza?
You gotta see the trophy. The trophy's
Buzz ate all the cheese pizza. And Fuller's about to wet the bed.
Oh, Fuller's about to wet the bed. Buzz ate the cheese pizza. Home Alone.
Which ironically, I think was also his character in Succession.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's his brother in Succession, isn't it?
No, yeah, Fuller.
Wait, no, but
Kieran Culkin is the guy in Succession.
Yes, Kieran Culkin, not Macaulay. But is Kieran in the Home Alone movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kieran is Fuller.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the glasses.
He's the one that wets the bed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, today years old.
Today years old. I figured that
Hell
out.
yeah.
Now
Love
Succession has a deeper meaning for me.
Love that I increased your
Thank you.
Home Alone. Knowledge.
Thank you for teaching me this.
With Michael.
I love it when we went to Times Square and Mike's showing me all the spots from Home Alone too.
Yeah,
That was a good time.
Which is funny because nothing from Times Square is in Home
But not Times Square. The Central Park. Central Park. That's
Yes,
what I meant.
Central Park.
Anyways, guys, what'd you learn from wrestling this week? Other than T-Pop remembers way too many random facts about local wrestling. Hey, man, also,
Yeah.
hey, didn't we work with such and such? We did how many matches with Sorg Swickland? Shit like that coming up. Remember when Rizz interviewed Pete Dunne randomly? So, I learned I gotta watch what I say on the internet because I said there was something. Somebody posted a spot of Paul London where he did the run in. It was on SmackDown. He runs in and slides the entire way across the ring to the other side. And I posted like Paul London is one of my favorite people, and to which Chris Taylor took offense. So I don't know. Did you ever hang out with him? And I was like, actually, no. We did shoot something where we walked around his alma mater. And actually, it was
like CMU or something.
Yeah, no, Duquesne.
Okay.
Well, that was the time. I've talked about this a long time on the show, but
when he did the seminar and stuff,
he was doing the seminar.
Yeah, I went to the seminar.
We recorded some stuff for the Zach Gowen documentary that ended up being used there, and some other stuff because there was another project that I don't think saw the light of day. But there was a point where we walked around Duquesne University, and he's just telling us stories, and I'm just filming him doing that, and we bullshitted for a while, and that's why I realized he went to school when I was at the Art Institute. So he it's just like Paul London was randomly it's one of those I might have run into Paul London and didn't know it in 2001.
As he would say, how serendipitous.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't deep into that side of things. I think he was just starting in. He was starting to wear the orange jumpsuit at the time, I believe. So
yeah, because he did the AEW shot while he was there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, Jason Bane came back to wrestling last year at AIW for a one-off run, and he's still freaking huge. Yeah, no, that guy's not going to shrink. Facade, what'd you learn lately in wrestling?
So you think you're unpunkable? The whole John Cena, CM Punk lead up into Saudi Arabia, reinventing the wheel that couldn't be reinvented, was just tremendous. I just that was my favorite stuff. I don't know if that's what I learned, but I didn't think you could top that. But you not only top the pipe bomb, then they top the pipe bomb again with the John Cena ripoff. Hilarious.
They sell
Excellent.
the Punk Life shirt.
Excellent.
Nice. I remember it came up, and Missy happened to be still awake while I'm watching SmackDown, and the Punk Life graphic kept popping up.
Yeah.
She's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I watched it after the fact.
Yeah,
and so like, I watched it again because I just didn't get all of it. And the second time I heard it, I heard the part, "So you think you're unpunkable?" And I didn't realize that the first time.
Wow.
And it's Punk saying that, and I'm like, "Oh, that's hilarious!" And I didn't hear it the first time, but like if I wouldn't have listened to it a second time, I wouldn't have noticed. So yeah, so you think you're unpunkable?
I wish he sang the whole song.
That too. I mean, come on though.
I wish he sang the entire. Like that would have been.
We can get AI.
All you need
AI
to sing
CM
is the
Punk to
first
do it,
verse.
probably, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
We could train AI to learn CM Punk's voice and get it to do it.
it probably already knows it. If it does those JR bits.
If it does those Gronk bits.
By the way,
does the paid version have a verbalizer for Gronk? Grok?
I'm not paying for it. I think we pay for the indie wrestling one for stats or something, and I'm not crazy about it. Anyways, either way, hey, by the way, T-Pop in the chat, I really hope he's okay with this. Says the only way to make Rizz a happy babyface again is to have him come out with a band.
Hell yeah.
He came out with the Eagle Burger Band, who is one of my favorite things from last year at Boom on the Bridge. And they are. This is like, they do dancing and stuff. There's bubbles from the saxophone. This is a good crew here. So yeah, he got played out during their Boom on the Bridge spot here. And they came out around the ring. Like that's a WrestleMania entrance right there. So I might have told Eagle Burger Band about the wrestling, and they should go over there, by the way, when I saw them, because I remember them from last year. I'm like, where are you going to be? And please tell me it's going to be by the wrestling. So, but this was great. This was fantastic. Look at him. He's so happy. He hasn't been this happy in months. It's great.
I forget.
He hasn't been this happy since we showed him Big Boys a few weeks ago.
I forget I haven't seen him since he sans long hair
and
mustachioed.
Yes. It's wild to see. So
still aggressive as hell. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. He was in the main event against MV Young, and I believe he said that this is his 150th match.
That's excellent.
He's less than 3 years in.
Yeah, it's a good schedule.
That's almost unheard of, right?
Yeah.
So that's incredible. Like that whole crew just getting
the reps,
crazy reps.
Yeah. I also saw that Bank was hiring.
Yeah, they're in the parking lot of the Clearview Credit Union in Bridgewater, PA, and the bank's hiring. So as you see on the sign
when MV smacks
him into the sign. So
look for that, guys.
I don't know if the bank specifically sponsored the wrestling being there or anything, or just a general. But they were in a tent by that sign, and they were not mad about anything that I'm aware of.
Good.
So
they know they're getting exposed.
Like I didn't see anything when they came over with the sign. Everybody seemed happy and having a good time. I was like, all right, we're good. So there's that. Mad Mike, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
Oh, I learned that the second best thing to come out of Australia besides the Iconics are the Wiggles. I went to go see the Wiggles over the weekend with the little man. And I also learned that Kevin Owens is a really, really funny drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to drop an hour and a half of your time, you need to listen to him and Cody just talking shit about the whole wrestling business.
I've been
it's so fun.
I've been watching the clips on TikTok. It's tremendous, and
honestly the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's so good because Kevin Owens, he doesn't have to be in ring shape right now. He's just trying to heal his neck
Yep.
before surgery,
Yep.
and he just gets schnookered.
It's hilarious. It really is.
He gets schnookered. He's very funny, and I miss Kevin Owens every day.
Yeah, when he swears and they bleep it with a American Nightmare tattoo logo.
Yep.
Very
Love it.
So
I love it. I can't
So
wait to
good.
try this
Everything-
vodka in my car. Bron's
That's
name
what
on
they're
it.
drinking.
Drink it
That's what
neat.
they're
I know
drinking.
I know it's sponsored by Wheatley because everything he does is.
Hey,
I feel
hey,
like
can we please stop that for a minute? Just want to point out that the bottle is in his car. He's not going to actually drink the bottle in his car. I just want to point that out there.
now. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait.
You said I can't wait to drink this in my car.
Don't drink and drive, kids.
Yeah, please do not drink and drive.
Drink and derive. Drink and do long division. You can do
And
long
then
division
drink.
after that. No, drink and derive. It's like your park and eat. You have to do it in that order.
I think we might have. Oh my goodness, where did he come from? What'd you do with Sorg?
Where's Sorg?
Oh no, what did you do, Sorg?
Sorg broke.
I'm scared.
It's late in the show.
Oh, he had.
Oh,
he had to
did
run
you
and
switch
get
it to
the
you?
bottle.
Did you switch it to yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a switch. Oh, you're taking my job.
I told
Then
you.
I'm gonna
Look,
take-
I just went up
Then
there
I'm
and
going
did
to take your job and start jumping off of
that.
shit.
Hey, yeah, jump off that, please.
Do it.
I
Do it.
had
I
got
would
people
turn
turn
booking
those
me
are
actually to
ready.
jump off of their things in
That's
their
right.
bar.
You
I'm
take
like,
my
okay.
bookings. I'm going to take your
I'm
bookings.
gonna take
We're
the
gonna be
bumps.
good.
There's bumps involved, bro. There's not just a booking. You gotta have to.
Sorg, here's
It's
what you
gonna hurt.
do. If you're gonna do that, put black light dye in your beard, and
Black
you can
light
still
dye.
be the Neon Ninja.
But then
You
randomly,
can be the
I'll
Neon Ninja.
jump off
I
a
like
couple
what-
things.
I'm
I'll
going with
jump.
that.
I'll
I
jump
sign
off
off
a
on
couple second step ladders, and then I'm going to subscribe to the Jock Sampson School of Bumps.
You could just like jump into if you jump into a forward roll and then like do a pose, it look pretty badass. And
That's
might,
right.
they'll
Sorg,
buy
I think
it.
I can pull that
Just
off.
bring
If
I
you
think
back-
put like your
Bring
hair,
back
in,
the
if you put your hair
bring
in
back
like weird,
Kevin
like,
Nash X Division star.
yeah, like
there you go.
big
Hold on. I
boot.
got
Put
the-
your hair and like section it off. You know,
You
put
know, I got
put
you know,
some
I
floor,
got the
put some
hair, you know, we
highlighter
just
on
gotta-
it, just like color
we-
it in with highlighter.
Yeah, we just got to do something with his hair. You know, I mean, it's already got a white base to it, so it can go any color we want. Okay,
yeah.
and we'll
that
just kind of dread this thing
just-
out and just do a
Oh,
thing, right?
you don't want to do that. You don't want to go through the dreads. It's
No,
it's
no.
nonsense.
You've
But
been
you can
doing
just-
you've been doing it for like 20 years.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
That's what I learned. Dreads are not ideal.
Yeah, but I'm committed now. I don't want to be bald. You will see something crazy. But one day for hair versus hair, whatever. Anyway, yeah, you just section it off. We'll color it in with
Hey,
highlighter.
Hey,
and-
Truth got to like 52 before he cut the dreads off.
dude,
so.
his hair still looks cool though.
Yeah, yeah.
He made it work. I love it. I'm driving.
I'm
driving.
I still can't believe Truth cutting off his own dreads. God, holy shit, champ.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane.
Yeah.
That was absolutely insane.
Wait, there's a bottle. There's a little Bron
Oh, hell yeah.
Breakker. Yeah, and I got the big one because I'm going to drink it.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
care. I still got a signed bottle even if it's empty.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
It's a
listen.
trophy.
I open my action figures
Yeah.
and my vodka.
it's a trophy.
I'm curious how it is. I like vodka too.
Let's find out.
Oh boy. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go.
I feel bad. Just use the kid.
Sorry, just take a swig.
I guess this is a shot. Okay, there we go.
It's your bottle.
All right, live drink. This is a long show tonight. Long drink of Wheatley vodka,
Wheatley.
craft distilled, made under personal supervision, and signed
By
by
Bron
Bron Breakker. There you go. I'm about to spear somebody through a fucking wall. That's smooth.
Shout out American.
Good.
Nightmare.
That's
Good.
smooth.
Nice.
That's real smooth.
Okay.
I dig. I recommend.
Good.
What
would you liken it to? Like a Grey Goose?
It is. It's not quite as smooth as a Grey Goose.
Stoli?
It's definitely better than the
Absolute-
$10 bottles I usually
Absolute.
get that are bigger.
Nikolai?
Nickel. I gotta tell you, I haven't had straight vodka in a long time, actually.
Me neither.
So like a long time. So
There we go.
Cali sober.
What?
Better start eating the pizza, Sorg.
Yeah, I gotta get some of the pizza. Yeah, exactly. We'll
Soak
still
it
get
up.
over. Who's left? Rizz, what did you learn from wrestling
I
this
am
week?
left. I learned that I asked Gronk a little bit ago about a comparison to a very special day today. That's today. Today's Bobby Bonilla Day.
Oh,
Whoa!
Big Pop. Everybody.
And the closest thing in professional wrestling with that from Grok is that the no cut contracts from WCW that Kevin Nash had, and I believe all the
Rey
way
Mysterio.
to Rey Mysterio. I think all the way to Chronic also had a no cut
Chronic
contract.
had one.
No, Chronic.
No, Chronic came in. Chronic came straight in.
Chronic was part of the invasion.
I know. I mean, like during WCW, they were.
Oh, okay.
They had no cut contracts. Just
Wow.
Because they jumped. It would make sense. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna jump, you gotta like protect me. You can't just like let me jump and then I'm gonna die. You know, starve me.
And surprisingly, Tank Abbott also had a weird contract
That's
with
not
WCW.
surprising. He came from like MMA or something.
Yeah,
right?
UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early UFC.
Then he tried to kill somebody on air.
But no cut.
Close.
Okay.
It was close to being a cut.
Eric Bischoff, no cut.
Like he had a pair of scissors. He was going to cut somebody. Anyways,
And then
that's
he just ended up cutting out circles for his nipples. DP from the chat also learned that in case I don't make it, I learned that the 3-man band plays at weddings.
Yes, they reunited. Whose wedding is this? Because I saw Gunther
It was
dancing.
Gunther.
Gunther's,
Oh, it
yeah.
was Jinder's wedding or Gunther's wedding?
I thought it was. I think they probably both got married.
I think that might be. So there's two weddings.
I mean, not together.
and
but,
also
like,
they were in like traditional garb from the picture, if I recall, right?
Yeah,
So
and-
that I feel like
so
that
it had to be Jinder.
it had to have been gender, unless
yeah, Jinder got married. I think,
So
Hey, you
that's
know
awesome.
what? He's not
as well
hindered
as Gunter.
What's that, Mike?
He's not hindered anymore.
No, he is not hindered. He is fully hitched. Facade, thank you for joining us.
No problem. Masada versus Jinder at the BCW Battleground show was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
BCW Arena, last one they had too.
Where is Battleground BCW? Where is it? Triller or
Yeah, they've released a lot of stuff now of their old catalog on YouTube recently, and now it's on Triller Fight.
Excellent. Go check that out. You're on there.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yes.
you got that. Me and Crowbar a couple of times.
Nice.
Some interaction. I see a spooky version of Facade there, where I was like in a more or less kind of like a Crowbar's kind of flock kind of thing.
Oh, this is the dark Facade I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we fought Vampiro and some stuff. Yeah, you see like like some of the times before that, you'd see the Facade you expect to see at the ECW arena pulling out like all that crazy stuff. And like I said, the last show we had the Sabu tribute match.
There's no crow's nest to jump off of there anymore.
No.
They do have platforms, I know, for hard cam, but
Yeah.
it's not like it used to be.
Yeah, there's no there's nothing to stand on there too.
Yeah.
There's, and like the other part that was a crow's nest, apparently that was when the ECW arena was a thing. Now is actually office and leads into like a nice extended locker room which wasn't
It's
a
crazy.
thing before.
The transformation of that place is incredible. It's a great venue. It's a great venue now. It's what it was before. It was an appreciated venue, but it is so nice, right? When I think I walked in there for the first time. God, when was that junior show?
It was New Alhambra for me.
Yeah,
that was the first time I had seen it, and it was still very raw.
So the first time I saw it was at King of Trios, probably in like 07, 08. Did some stuff in 10.
Oh, yeah, that was way before me.
Yeah, and then I don't know what, I guess they call it New Alhambra or whatever. Right?
Yeah,
but like when I went back for the Impact New Japan weekend, like in 23, I think. That was the first time I'd seen it since the renovations and everything. I was like, that was incredible.
Yeah.
I was
holding boxing events and a lot of stuff now too.
Oh yeah. So it's cool that it's a venue and they have that mural. They throw back to that. The lighting and video rig there is so good to work with.
Last year we I hosted a WrestleMania watch party at the ECW arena, and like it was cool the way they had it all set up, and to view it and everything. And actually, this past Wednesday there was a Sabu memorial there that I went out there for. That had it was a great like setup where they showed some matches, they had people talking, and
nice.
It's unique. There's a lot of unique things you could do with that venue too.
Yeah,
obviously it's a legendary one.
Yes. Good one. Very fortunate. Thank you so much. Check them out. One Facade on most of the social medias still. And in a Mad Mike 4883 on the social medias. Doing something.
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
still there.
I'm tagging
Rocking
you.
and rolling, strutting and strolling.
I'm tagging on you. I'm not worried about getting you in trouble anymore.
That's fine.
So
yeah.
Get your opinions. On Patreon, I want to tell you about how Mad Mike's opinions are too hot for YouTube.
Ooh. And also on Patreon, I'm gonna have a Lego update.
Okay, let's do that stuff.
Okay.
Guys, thank you so much for the Rizz too. Rizz plays games. Sorry.
Here,
not on screen, so
me, it's fine.
it's a voice in the background.
I'm here. There I am. Hi.
Hello. He's tired.
Yeah, I'm doing
all right,
things.
let's start. It's past his head time. Thank you guys so much. Mayhem out. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.